Hello, good evening. I'm back. Good to see you, Jerry. Yes, he did get fired, and apparently a truckload of um, Epstein documents showed up. For me, I'm just gonna wait. I'm not saying that it didn't happen. I'm not saying anything, but I'm just gonna wait until we actually. Because I really feel like a big a-hole buying into that last time, and hopefully again, hopefully just somebody goes to jail. I mean, that's what needs to happen. Many people need to go to jail, as far as I'm concerned. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. That will be really nice, wouldn't it? I still am not going to be able to listen to her try to talk about like she's some kind of badass. She put a bad taste in my mouth. So, that's where I'm at with that. Actually, I was rushing around for that hour. So, I, last night I made myself a huge chef salad. So, I had me a couple big bites of that. It was super duper yummy. Hey, Cindy. Good to see you. Did you see the bebes? Ah, okay. Why is this not? In isolation? What does that mean? Uh oh. So you've isolated yourself? That's not good. Don't do that. You know that's not good. Hey, Barbarian's wife. Wait, 7? I thought this started at 8 o'clock. Am I all wrong on this? I thought it started at 8 o'clock um, Eastern. What? Yeah, we definitely need to talk. Fox is not putting it on until 7, it says, but we'll see what Benny's got. Because he's live already with it. And he's there.
Okay, yeah, all right. Somebody's telling me.
I gotta run.
Okay, all right, okay.
Thank you for having me, brother.
All right. What's your message to AOC real quickly if she throws an egg?
If AOC throws an egg,
If she throws an egg, apparently she's bringing an egg cart.
I hope Trump catches her and throws it right back at her.
Why would she think an egg would intimidate the man who got
Yes, that's good. Ooh,
You know,
man.
I mean, why would she think an egg
Thank
would
you,
intimidate?
Congressman Wesley Hunt, ladies and gentlemen.
Right?
Mike Lee, why not? Let's do it, man. Yeah. Come on in, Senator.
Why would she possibly think an egg is going to intimidate the man who literally got shot in the ear instead of said fight?
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, he probably would catch it.
Yeah.
I think that'd be the coolest thing ever if he did that. Yeah.
I find it amusing, by the way, that the Democrats
Senator Mike Lee, come on.
Hello.
Hey, welcome, Senator Mike Lee.
They think that this is their big issue somehow. You see it about every 4 seconds on X, somebody posting, well, if President Trump was a little expensive, well, it was the head of Biden. You kill all of the laying chickens in the country, you're not going to have eggs, and that's going to make the price go up. That's why they think eggs is their ticket.
I don't know if you're from farm country like me, but a hen genocide is actually
Oh, genocide. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I'm just an uncultured kid from Provo, and we don't use the word genocide.
Boys, I think this is the reunion. Okay, that right there. Can we stare right down the barrel? Look at this. The reunion to the greatest stream potentially in Senate history. They voted for Kash Patel. They left the stream, and I don't know how you did it. It was
What do you
both
mean
of
potentially? There was nothing
You did
potential
50,
about it. That was
you
the
were
greatest.
50 and you were 51.
Yeah, that's right.
Boom.
So, what are you guys thinking we're going to hear tonight? Obviously, about Zelensky, something, I assume. There's lots, though, right? There's a lot. A lot to talk about. It is. There's a whole lot going on. Did anybody watch? Yeah, did anybody watch Elon Musk on Joe Rogan the other day? It was really long. It was really good, though. We should go over it. There was a lot there. A lot. It was really good. They said something that I actually had not thought about or even heard anyone else talk about. But apparently, when Trump was shot, CNN was streaming that rally live, and they never do that. And I know they don't. They don't, because every time one of his rallies, we always watched him on Right Side Broadcast. That's where it was the only place that was streaming it live. So that does seem kind of weird, right? I mean, we know that they wanted him to get shot for the whole world to see. We know that. Hey, try me. We know they did that, or they wanted that to happen. But that's kind of wild because I hadn't thought about that. And it's the only thing they streamed during the... Right. They never did stream them. They didn't. Nobody did. Right Side Broadcasting. Well, Elon brought it up when he was talking to Joe Rogan. Yes, hello, Frazzle. Elon also said he actually is very, he feels like, I mean, he's nervous that his life is in danger. He actually even said that, which this really pisses me off. He said that sometimes he's nervous to push things too far, like to uncover too much, because it's kind of scary. Yeah, see, that's so, and quite, I mean, think about it. I mean, there is nobody more frightening than your government. And these are the things that I think about that just really frustrate me. The more we learn about the way they've had their hand in so many things, and there's so much there that the other night I was up really late. I was making a lot of notes and researching a lot of stuff, and it got really dark. Like I honestly thought, wow, like so many things lead to human trafficking. A lot things that that you don't think about. I was able to come up with lots of potential motives they had for all of the bringing people in, all the migrants in. But things like Benghazi, we know they wanted to get rid of Gaddafi, but what we didn't realize is how much Gaddafi had been really trying to get kind of fly right. Yes, exactly. Right, right. Okay, Jerry, and that's another part of it. This one guy, listened to what he said. I never heard him before, but so many things make sense, because apparently now Libya is really bad with human trafficking. They've soared since getting rid of Gaddafi. Now, something this guy said made so much sense. He said, we may not have, just without having all the documents and files on Epstein, and no doubt, if we ever see the truth, okay, there are going to be some names that surprise us, or that we don't even know who they are. But we're not going to be that surprised about a lot of the politicians, Hollywood things. A lot of those names, they're not going to really surprise us a lot. But what he said was, what you're not going to realize is how much Wall Street is involved in this, and you actually will be very surprised at a lot of the names, because you don't know these people. And it just made me think, whether it's Wall Street or whatever, there are going to be people that probably the most powerful people in the world, we actually don't know who they are. They're not elected people. They're not. But there's a very, very dark situation when it comes to trafficking people, children, women. It's there's a lot there. I mean, it's just, and what's so frustrating to me is we sit here and we go, okay, we gave Russia what they needed to go after Ukraine. Then we keep just giving all this money and shit to Ukraine. This Ukraine shit's been going on for a lot longer than anybody realizes. It's been going on a long time. And a good part of this is us trying to control what goes on everywhere and to launder money. Why do you think they're so crazy pissed off about this USAID? That they've been laundering money through there because there's no accountability on that. And it absolutely is not, it's not even ever been really intended to be US aid. That just sounds good. A lot of crazy money going through there with no accountability. And it comes, so much of this stuff comes back to the trafficking of people. And so, America is number one in trafficking people. Did you know that? And guess who's number two? Israel. And that is we do know that there was a prime minister of Israel that was on those Epstein lists. We actually have that's already been shown. I mean, there were so many other countries involved in this. Look at royalty. A lot of powerful people were involved in that. A lot. But I think it's way more demonic than we even have any actual idea about. Hey, Queen. And so, we're constantly funding both sides of these wars. We want these. These people here want these wars. Liz Cheney, people like her dad, they want this stuff. They all make money on it. Because we the way they launder the money. Yes, Frazzled, absolutely, exactly right. And look how they push all this, crazy sexual stuff. And they really, really push it on children. God. And I'm finding myself so mad because I have always said I full-heartedly 100% stand with Israel no matter what. And I'm not saying that I don't now. I do stand with Israel. I always will. But that doesn't mean you have to stand with the people who are with Israel's leaders, because there's some very bad things there. There are some bad things there. And I found myself so angry yesterday. I couldn't even watch it. I couldn't. First of all, that's something where that it's weird. You can our politicians here, they're never bipartisan. They are so against each other on everything, which first of all, that's a lie. Because they go and snuggle up with each other all the time. But they throw stone. They cannot come together on anything ever. But with Israel, they come together. They come together with war all the time, right? Look at Lindsey Graham right there with the left, I mean, not just Lindsey Graham, all of them. They're all making money off us being sick and on wars happening all over the damn place all the time. But so if you recall, we just ran Assad out of Syria. Remember that? When that happened, I said, the fuck is going on? Why? It's so like, think about Libya, Iraq. Why are we constantly effing with Syria? Why? It pisses me off. So we ran Assad out of there. We knew who was going to take over. We knew. Because I guarantee you, we fucking set it up. I guarantee you we did. So, and everybody's, even Mr. Snotty's like, good, Assad's gone. Good, great, really. Now what? Well, yesterday I see Israel's bombing Syria. Well. I've always really liked Eric Steckelbeck, and I tried to listen to him yesterday talk about why Israel had to do it, Well, they had, and I had to turn it off because I'm pissed off. We put who's in there. Now we're going to be right along with bombing who's there. The fuck are we doing? This is sick crap. I'm just fed up with it. I've always said, of course, Israel has the right to defend himself, but they start shit too. 100%. Bibi Netanyahu does. And when I saw that old video of him way before 9/11 saying that we needed to go after Hussein, and yep, we did, didn't we? Now we get rid of Assad and he's bombed. Oh my God. There's something very not right. Just saying the other day, all these. Right? Exactly. Listen, Queen, this is the thing. Zelensky doesn't want that to end. He doesn't. And neither do all these damn politicians. They don't want it to end because they want the money. They want this shit to keep going. And you hate Trump because he keeps saying, I want people to quit dying. I want peace. It's ridiculous. First of all, he came in rude. Fuck him. You come in with respect or get the fuck out of here. I think you should be gone anyway. He has actually said he wants American troops there. He wants our soldiers there. And let me tell you, hell is going to pay if we send our boys over there. Our babies need to be done playing the damn games of these people. That needs to stop. He wants that. But the thing is, if that war stops, he's not in power anymore. Because it's not supposed to be now. It wasn't elected. This is all under hostile. We're at war. He's an idiot. He's a blithering idiot, for reals. I'm so fed up, though. I cannot believe I had been up really late looking at all this different stuff. And I woke up to Israel's bombing Syria, and I just thought, of course they are. And again, how long does Bibi Netanyahu get to stay in power over there? And I hate feeling like this. I hate this because I have always liked him a lot. But there's too much weird shit goes on. He likes the fighting too. He does. I'm sorry, but he does. So disheartening. Some of the crazy shit, the way that people have just gambled with people's lives and played these games while our children are being killed. All kinds of children are being killed. I don't just care about Americans. I care about people dying. But I'm telling if Trump had not gotten in here, I feel like I think they would have sent our men over there. Can you imagine? Can you even imagine? First of all, we've got our military where they're just damn near a joke these days with all their DEI bullshit. So don't even have the correct tools. But hell no, we don't need to be over there. Zelensky cannot win. He cannot win this even with our help. He can't. He can't win. It needs to stop. It needs to stop. But we fucking started it. This is why they really, I mean, there's so many reasons they really don't like Trump, because he doesn't know all this inside deep state crazy shit. He learned a lot last time that he couldn't trust nobody. But the shit goes deep. With all this sexual shit, taking kids the way they are, I can't take it. It's so disgusting. These people need to go to jail. God, they got to go to jail. Perp walks, we need them. Gosh. But you think about think about the people who make money whenever we're at war. And those are just the ones that we don't, that we know of. There's all the laundering of this shit that goes on. But to try to put myself in a better, I'm telling you, I woke up the other morning and Mr. Snotty was like, wow, your notes. Like, I know. They had me a little upset myself. Okay, apparently it starts at 7 o'clock, you guys. Thought 8 o'clock meant 6 o'clock here, right? Okay. Let me see. I want to find. I swear, I love when. I love when Trump is like, don't you tell us what's going to happen to us. Don't you tell us. Yeah, and that's the thing. They want to act like that because Trump doesn't want to put up with Zelensky shit, because this is all a big fucking nonsensical thing. Look how long it's been going on. But if he doesn't want to keep doing that, keep dumping money into that, that means he's on Putin's side. That's the way they want to say it, which is just a stupid thing to say. I mean, come on. Okay, yeah, this is what I want to see. Because I love this. I'm telling you guys, I was actually in the bathtub listening to this, and I was like, wait, what the fuck did I just hear? Holy shit. I was blown away.
Align yourself too much with Putin. What's your message for them?
Well, if I didn't align myself with both of them, you'd never have a deal. You want me to say really terrible things about Putin and then say hi, Vladimir, how are we doing on the deal? It doesn't work that way. I'm not aligned with Putin. I'm not aligned with anybody. I'm aligned with the United States of America and for the good of the world. I'm aligned with the world, and I want to get this thing over with. You see the hatred he's got for Putin. It's very tough for me to make a deal with that kind of hate. He's got tremendous, and I understand that, but I can tell you the other side is exactly in love with, him either. So it's not a question of alignment. I'm aligned with the world. I want to get the thing set. I'm aligned with Europe.
Right.
I want to see if we can get this thing done. You want me to be tough? I could be tougher than any human being you've ever seen. I'd be so tough. But you're never going to get a deal that way. So that's the way it goes. All right, one more question.
I will respond to this. So look, for 4 years, the United States of America president who stood up at press conferences and talked tough about Vladimir Putin and then invaded Ukraine and destroyed a significant chunk of the country. The path to peace.
Yes, and we had a president that gave Putin what he needed to be able to do that. When he came in and changed all the energy policies that Trump had, that was a direct benefit for Russia. So I said we're doing both sides all the fucking time. It's gross. Oh my God, me too, right? Me too. I loved it.
And the path to prosperity is maybe engaging in diplomacy. We tried the pathway of Joe Biden of thumping our chest and pretending that the president of the United States' words mattered more than the president of the United States' actions. What makes America a good country is America engaging in diplomacy. That's what President Trump is doing.
Can I ask you?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So he occupied our parts, big parts of Ukraine, parts of East and Crimea. So he occupied it on 2014. So during a lot of years, so I'm not speaking about just Biden, but those time was Obama, then President Obama, then President Trump, then President Biden, now President
Bush.
Trump, and God bless, now President Trump will stop him. But during 2014, nobody stopped him. He just occupied and took. He killed people. You know what the contact
2015.
2014.
2014 and 2015.
2014.
Yeah.
Welcome.
I was not here.
Yeah, but
That's exactly right.
Yes, but during 2014 till 2022,
And Bush, all of them.
the situation the same. People are been dying on the contact. They stopped him. You know that we had conversations with him, a lot of conversations, my bilateral conversation, and we signed with him. Me, like a new president. In 2019, I signed with him the deal. I signed with him, Macron and Merkel, we signed ceasefire. Ceasefire. All of them told me that he will never go. We signed him with gas contract. Gas contract. Yes, but after that, he broken the ceasefire. He killed our people and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring it into this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine? Did you say what problems we have?
I have been.
Count once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless. God bless. You will not have war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because
I'm
you're in no
answering on this
position to
question.
dictate that.
That's exactly
Remember
what
this.
you're
I'm not
You're in
dictating.
no position to dictate what we're going to feel.
You
We're
will-
going to feel very
you will
good.
feel influenced.
We're going to feel
I'm-
very
I'm
good and
telling
very
you, You
strong.
will feel influenced.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed
From the
yourself
very-
to be in a
from
very
the very
bad position,
beginning
and he
of the
happens
war.
to be right about
From the
it.
very beginning of the war.
You're not
Mr.
in a
The way he keeps talking over the president just makes me, oh my God. Can you imagine? Who do you think you are? We don't need you, you stupid punk.
good position.
I was-
You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start
I'm
having
not playing
cards.
cards.
Right now, you
I'm
don't.
very
Yeah, you're playing
serious,
cards.
Mr. President.
You're
I'm
playing
very
cards.
serious.
You're
I'm
gambling
the
with the
president
lives of
anymore.
millions of people.
You think-
You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country, that's
with all
backed you
respect to your
far
country.
more than a lot of people said
Very
they
respect.
should have.
Have you said thank you once this
A lot
entire
of
meeting?
times.
No, in this
Even
entire meeting,
today.
have you said thank
Even
you?
today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America
Yeah, on our
and the
dime.
president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war, you
He's
can...
not speaking loudly. He's not
Yeah.
speaking loudly. Your country's
Can I-
in big
can-
trouble.
Can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No.
Can
You've
I
done a lot
answer?
of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not
I
winning.
know.
You're not winning this. You have a damn
We-
good chance of
we are
coming out
staying-
okay because of
Mr.
us.
President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
You haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet.
You
and
haven't
not
been
only
alone.
in this
We
cabinet.
gave you, through
I
this
said
stupid
thank-
president, $350 billion.
You
We
voted
gave
for
you
your president.
military equipment,
You
and your
voted
men
for
are
your
brave,
president.
but they had to use our military.
What about West?
If you didn't have
You
our
invited
military
me-
equipment,
You invited
if
me
you
to
didn't
speak.
have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3
okay?
days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days, this is something
Maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks, of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this. I
Again,
tell you.
just say thank you.
I
Accept-
said a lot of
accept
times
that there-
thank you
accept
to
that-
American people.
Accept that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
I understand, sir.
I think it's
I
very
understand.
important. That's why I kept this
He
going
acts
so
like
long.
a petulant child. He does.
You have to be thankful. You don't have the
I'm
cards.
thankful.
You're buried there. Your people are dying.
tell you
You're
again,
running
I
low
know.
on soldiers.
Don't-
Listen,
don't please,
you're running
Mr.
low
President.
on soldiers. It would be a damn good thing.
Mr.
And then
President.
then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go and I want this. Look, if you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you're
I
saying
said-
you don't want a
But I
ceasefire.
said to you,
I want a
with
ceasefire
guarantees.
because you'll get a ceasefire.
See, he doesn't want a ceasefire, though. He doesn't. He doesn't. He doesn't want this to be over. You know what? He likes to go and party with Hollywood and act like an idiot. I'm telling you, this guy is a fucking joke. And listen how disrespectful he's being. I mean, I've never seen anything like this, quite honestly. I really never have. And we've just been giving him money. We paid for him to go to campaign with Kamala. The fuck? I mean, does anybody have a fucking problem with this shit? And you have all these people that are pissed off that Trump is rude to him? It just blows my mind. I mean, these people, they hate our country. They hate our country. These politicians, they do. They hate us. They don't give two shits about us. It's so disturbing.
Our people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't
doesn't
with
matter
me.
for you what-
That
what
wasn't
is-
with me.
It
That was with
wasn't you.
a guy named Biden who was not a smart person.
This
That
is
was
your-
with,
this
that was
is
with
your
Obama.
president. It was your president.
Excuse me. That was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful, because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards. But without us, you don't have any cards.
One more question to Mr. Vice President. I'm sorry.
It's going to be a tough deal to make because the attitudes have to change.
What if Russia breaks ceasefire? What if Russia breaks peace talks? What do we do then? I understand that it's a heated conversation right now.
What are you saying?
She's asking, what if Russia breaks the ceasefire?
What if anything? What if a bomb drops on your head right now? Okay? What if they broke it? I don't know. They broke it with Biden because Biden, they didn't respect him. They didn't respect Obama. They respect me. Let me tell you, Putin went through a hell of a lot with me. He went through a phony witch hunt where they used him and Russia. Russia. You ever hear of that deal? That was a phony Hunter Biden, Joe Biden scam. Hillary Clinton. It was a Democrat scam. And he had to go through that. He did go through it. We didn't end up in a war. And he went through it. He was accused of all that stuff. He had nothing to do with it. It came out of Hunter Biden's bathroom. It came out of Hunter Biden's bedroom. It was disgusting. And then they said, oh, the laptop from hell was made by Russia. The 51 agents. The whole thing was a scam. And he had to put up with that. He was being accused of all that stuff. All I can say is this. He might have broken deals with Obama and Bush, and he might have broken them with Biden. He did, maybe. Maybe he didn't. I don't know what happened. But he didn't break them with me. He wants to make a deal. I don't know if you can make a deal. The problem is I've empowered you to be a tough guy.
Hey, Floyd.
I don't think you'd be a tough guy without the United States. And your people are very brave. But you're either going to make a deal or we're out. And if we're out, you'll fight it out. I don't think it's going to be pretty, but you'll fight it out. But you don't have the cards. But once we sign that deal, you're in a much better position. But you're not acting at all thankful. And that's not a nice thing. I'll be honest, that's not a nice thing. All right. I think we've seen enough. What do you think? Huh?
It's not only not just not thankful. First of all, he's completely disrespectful. But he's not thankful. But he's aggressive and argumentative. When like he said, he has no cards. Who the hell does he think he is? Extremely rude, right? It's crazy. He can't do this shit. He cannot do this on his own. And he knows it. So who the hell does he think he is acting like this? It's unbelievable. Seriously, I know. That's why I said, when I was listening to this, I was like, what the F is going on right now? Like, I have never heard anything like this in my life. It was definitely wild as shit. Okay, we're headed over now. So that gave us something to do. Oh, we just watched that stupid slimy. I'll let it finish real quick, and then we'll.
This is going to be great television. I will say that. We'll see what we can do about putting it together. Thanks.
That's exactly right, Jerry. And I always, like how many times I tell you guys, I did not vote for Obama. I was not a fan of his. I was furious when I found out that they had my president at that service with a fake sign language interpreter. I mean, I laugh at it afterwards. But think about it. When that first came out, I'm like, how dare you not have vetted every person there when my president's sitting there? I prayed for him all the time. Absolutely. I mean, yeah, that is the way you behave. But these people don't. These people act absolutely crazy. Quite honestly, they do. I don't want anybody to die. I don't want anybody to die. I don't want anybody to be hurt. Oh, she is tired. Is she sore? I'm sorry. Tell her we're still thinking about her. And yes, Jerry. I mean, yeah, I laughed about it afterwards, but it actually was not funny, really. I mean, when I first found out about it, I was like, no way. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. That's what I the experience
Come
that I've
rolling
had with
through
that.
is because of you.
Not me
So we just want to
personally.
do big old hearts to the chat. We just want to say thank you. Some old dad, give you some dad gums. I'm not sure. Did we get a dad gum from Burchett? I'm not sure. I don't know. Did we get a dad gum from him? If not, we're going to have to call him back in here. Ladies and gentlemen, exciting times for us and for the country. President Trump will be alive on this channel in just moments. I don't know if we have a C-SPAN feed, ladies and gentlemen, but we can go ahead and pop that up. We'll just show you. I mean, it's like yapping, right? What you're going to see here is a
cool
Senate
to
floor.
see that.
And you're going to see
It's going to be a celebration.
C-SPAN, the last people that we want to hear from right now. But members of Congress are on the floor, ready to go. What's going to happen next is that there's going to be this really creepy, very funny little parade of the senators. And they're going to parade through. I think they're starting right now. This is what you're seeing, because what you're seeing is live inside the Senate. They're going to, there they go. They're going to, the March of the Senate, the March of the Penguins, the March of the Senators. They're going to march through and they're going to parade through the Capitol. This is some goofy little tradition. The senators all line up, and you're going to notice, you're going to see, close-up live shots of them here in just a second. You're going to see all these goofballs. Some of them were actually in the room with us, like just literally seconds ago. You're going to see all of them go rolling in to take their seats inside of the House chamber, Senate chamber, House chamber, right across the building from each other, and you have to walk underneath the Capitol rotunda to get there. And so
I apologize, you guys. I don't know how, because it's not StreamYard. I don't know how to move myself off of there. I don't know how to. So I apologize for that.
Lauren Boebert and Tim Burchett and Tulsi Gabbard. Okay, well, it's so funny. It's such a funny little.
Oh,
the senators roll in. So the cabinet secretary is going to be with them. They were going to put us. I just want to let you know. We're smarter than that. They were going to put us right here in this whole mess of reporters. Let's go big on this, Klein, please. There's JD! JD! Senator Barrasso, Dana Bash there, trying to ask him a question. Try harder, loser. And here goes the parade of senators. And all the senators walking through.
I like Barrasso.
It's the funniest little tradition. And this is someplace called Statuary Hall. And this means that the president's entrance is imminent. And remember, Donald Trump's going to give a speech at 9 o'clock. So President Trump's probably going to be taking the chair in 10 minutes. Because if JD's walking in, well, get ready. JD's going to be sitting right behind Donald Trump, along with the Speaker of the House. And this is where they're all going. They're going to the House.
Why is he? I can't even believe he's there. That guy needs to be in jail. You stupid pile of poop. He was caught lying on all that shit. He was straight up caught lying about that. Russia shit. He's a liar. I can't believe he gets to just stay. After that, he went from being in the House of Representatives to a senator. Does anybody in California fucking pay attention to his shit? Unbelievable. That guy needs to go to jail.
Got nothing against the dorks.
I cannot.
Okay, so we got the dork traffic jam here. So again, you have members of the cabinet. J.D. Vance is there. He's, of course, the president of the Senate. So he's there walking all of the senators into the House floor.
This is what's so stupid.
A special little tradition where they all...
This is what's so stupid. He was censured for lying to Congress, but nobody gives a fuck what he lied about. It was horrendous.
Let them all go. Snap to it.
It's
Snap to
insane. Can you imagine?
We have some audio on this. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. This is J.D. Vance's reception. J.D. Vance's reception.
There's Spoon. He's been behaving, but let me tell you, I don't like that
Hell
guy.
yeah. Here we go.
Don't.
And John Thune. Ooh, I just like what like, man, don't ever say I never like don't ever say I didn't change my tune on things.
There's Schumer.
Right? Perfectly happy to be an evidence-based man. John Thune. I didn't like him. I didn't like some of his old tweets. Didn't like some of the stuff that he had done. He tried to be such a loyal little soldier.
Amy Klobuchar of Minnesota.
Oh yeah, can you hear him? Oh, let's listen in. Let's listen in.
People's hands on the side. John Barrasso.
Oh, okay. I don't want to hear the talking heads. I want to hear like the members of Congress if we can pick up on their conversation. But got it. JD being welcomed like a conquering hero. Walking in, clapping backs, taking selfies.
He's had to behave. These guys know they're going to be gone if they don't. They know it.
Rolling, man. Having a good old laugh.
People are sick and tired of that deep
Tom
bullshit.
Cotton. Now, what you're going to have is you're going to have members of the House.
But he's right up.
And only members of the House can save seats. They sit all day. They save their
I need to go to jail too.
They're at a rock concert or something. And so they all save their seats to take selfies and stuff right there on the edge, right there in the corner. You see Corey Mills is there. There's Nancy Mace. And Nancy Mace having a chat with J.D. Vance. Corey Mills. There's Al Green. Al Green with his cane. Byron Donalds, the next governor of Florida. Holla at ya, boy.
Yeah, I think he is going to be the governor of Florida.
There we go.
Tim
JD
Scott.
getting just a very warm reception here, man. Very warm reception.
You know what, Frazzle? He is.
Is that Ronnie Jackson? I think that's Ronnie Jackson. That's Ronnie Jackson.
I like Tom Cotton.
Former doctor for Donald Trump and Barack Obama. Sitting there chilling. Ronnie Jackson's the man.
Little piece of trivia. Did anybody know that Ron Paul is the doctor who delivered Selena? You know, like Bitty Bitty Bumba. Yeah, Rand Paul's dad. You know Ron Paul. Ron Paul's been around forever. Yeah. I know. When I found that out, I was like, wow, who knew? Yeah, remember they lived in Corpus Christi. And Ron Paul was oh my God. It's escaped me why. I don't know. I can't believe it. But Yeah, the singer Selena. Yeah. Como la flor. Yep. I don't know why I can't think. Obstetrician. Shit. And his son, Rand, is a eye doctor, actually.
Took my high heels off and we ran from the holding room
Be
to
right
see
back.
him.
You can be right back.
I know. I'm
You
so
be right
happy
back.
to see
Okay,
you.
gotta ask you about Maha. You're like the original Maha. Now everyone's like, my wife's like, you gotta ask her. You gotta ask her. Make food healthy for our children.
I know. It's time.
Save American farmers.
We're saving American farmers.
Yeah.
We're going to make America healthy again. I mean, we're at such a crossroads in America on so many different policy issues.
Yes.
But for me, what a joy to take this job, to work with American farmers, to preserve the backbone of our country. I mean, the fighters in the revolution were farmers. This goes back to the beginning. But then to marry that with...
Yeah, you tell me that. But I got to tell I like Rand a lot. You know, like his dad, you know, they're very hardcore libertarian, hardcore. You know, a couple of times they stand firm though. They're really not bendable at all. And I tell you, a couple of times, Mr. Snotty and I have seen Ron Paul. He has a crazy ass following, and these people are diehard for Ron Paul. Libertarians are big time.
The speech is epic.
Okay.
Not shockingly, because it is Donald Trump. No, I think that the American people, and listen, the State of the Union is really important. He hasn't been president yet, but it's basically the state. The only times, if not the only time, and I remember this from
Ted Cruz,
he can
but I
talk
love his
directly
dad.
to the American people. And tens of millions of people watch
Look
this,
at Ben
both
Shapiro
Republican,
there.
Democrat, and independent. And I remember in the last administration,
I like
it
Ben
was one of the
Shapiro,
few
but
times
he
we could really
goes
connect with those
hardcore
who
no matter
watch,
what for
fake
Israel,
news,
and they're not always
and we
right.
could
I'm
really
sorry.
change hearts and minds.
I
So
can't
I think
do
you're
that.
going to see some of that tonight. I'm so excited.
I'm sure you've gotten a little preview of the speech. Of course, you're not going to spoil it for us, but give us like the 35,000
There's Nudie.
perspective. Just
Look at that. That man right there is the last time we had we balanced our budget. Bill Clinton and Newt Gingrich. That's the last time. And don't you just love how Newt Gingrich is so up his wife's ass? I mean, you kind of do like it, but hardcore, he's up Kalissa's ass. Look at, I've been wondering where she's at. I haven't seen her.
Doesn't matter what your last name is.
And that
Doesn't
old
matter
fucking
the
goat. My
color of
gosh.
your skin. Doesn't matter how big your bank account is.
yes.
All that matters is anything is possible if the government gets out of the way.
Yes.
And so he'll talk, I think, a little bit about that tonight, that restoration of the
Oh my
American
God,
dream.
no, I
For
don't
my
remember
male, for the
his
male,
name.
we have a big male audience. Can you
Yes.
please tell us about steaks? Can we get more cattle in this country?
We
Please,
need more
Secretary of
steak.
Agriculture Rollins,
Yes,
please, I
yes.
beg of you.
Do you see Marsha Blackburn? I love her. I actually do. Oh God, I can't with that guy. If he just said anything that wasn't completely stupid, that's a thing. They say such dumb stuff. I can't. Good grief. What did I do? What did I do? Oh my God, you guys. See what I mean when I push shit?
Love it.
Yeah, just
Okay.
created here on the show.
I got back.
Well, okay, I'm getting the you are a very important person, and I know that you're front and center.
Has anybody listened to that Jasmine Crockett? Another batshit nut. Seriously. She does, frazzled. She does. Oh wow, look at Elon's there. He's wearing a suit. I've never seen him in a
Second
suit.
of all, I'm just stunned they're not recalibrating.
Oh, she's crazy,
I don't
Jerry.
understand
She's
it. I mean,
crazy.
the American people spoke so loudly.
Look up Jasmine Crockett. She is a wow. And Tennessee. Okay, Louise, that's enough. We heard you. What if he's a robot? I don't know. I got to tell you though, Elon Musk has done a whole lot of shit. Some really great, I mean, a lot of good stuff. She is crazy. Jasmine Croft, have you heard her? She is nuts. She's seriously crazy as shit.
They're the farming founders.
From the Secretary of Agriculture, Brooke Rollins, who's
so
amazing.
happy.
More steak. We love it. More steak. We can't wait to cheer you on. We'll see you in the front row. We know her.
She is. There
We
she
know
is.
her. We
Yes.
love her.
Oh, you're the best. And I will be on anytime. Come do your show at USDA.
Look at Ivanka's there. Vivek. Wow. Don't you just love Usha? I do love her. I know, Frazzle. She's, and I can't believe she's in Texas. I can't believe Texas puts up with somebody like that. They need to get rid of her. I do, right, Joy? I love her. Okay, all of his
Just
kids are
on
there.
screen. That was amazing. That was awesome. Okay, great. Members of and guests of President Trump. Members of President Trump's family arrive. Okay, great. Oh.
Don't you love just the way she
Okay, here we go,
looks
ladies and
at
gentlemen. We're just going to watch.
Cindy? I love it.
ILC claimers of the past, Elliot Engel, the late Sheila Jackson Lee, Michelle Bachmann, they're not there tonight.
Oh, don't.
But a new group has appeared to
What's the
be
issue?
already getting in place. This was hours ago at p.m. Eastern time. They were getting in place along the center aisle, and that included Representative Anna Paulina Luna, Republican of Florida, other Republicans, Andy Ogles of Kentucky, Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia, and Congresswoman Miller Meeks of Iowa, all lining up on the Republican side on the center aisle hours before the speech in hopes that they get to shake the president's hand when he comes down the aisle.
Jason, Dick, has this become more of a blown up event than it used to be? Or has this always been a lot of, razzmatazz?
I think that it depends on how far back you want to go. Lyndon Johnson in 1966 moved the speech from the mid-afternoon to the evening, in order
All
to
right,
catch
ladies
a
and
better
gentlemen.
audience. And that was 1966. He saw that television.
Listen in
his,
here.
Predecessor John F. Kennedy got elected, and he wanted Lyndon Johnson.
Members of the committee on the part of the House
we're
to
gonna go to the
escort the President of the United States into the chamber following. The gentleman from Louisiana, Mr. Scalise. The gentleman from Minnesota, Mr. Emmer. The gentlewoman from Michigan, Mrs. McClain. The gentleman from North Carolina, Mr. Hudson. The gentleman from Pennsylvania, Mr. Reschenthaler. The gentleman from Utah, Mr. Moore. The gentlewoman from Indiana, Mrs. Houchin. The gentleman from Oklahoma, Mr. Hearn. The gentleman from New York, Mr. Jeffries. From Massachusetts, Ms. Clark. The gentleman from California, Mr. Aguilar. The gentleman from California, Mr. Liu. The gentleman from Colorado, Mr. Neguse. The gentlewoman from Washington, Ms. Delbene. The gentlewoman from Michigan, Mrs. Dingle.
The President of the Senate, at the direction of that body, appoints the following senators as members of the committee on the part of the Senate to escort the President of the United States into the House chamber. The Senator from South Dakota, Mr. Thune. The Senator from Wyoming, Mr. Barrasso. The Senator from Arkansas, Mr. Cotton. The Senator from Oklahoma, Mr. Langford. The Senator from West Virginia,
Cotton is yours.
Mrs. Capito. The Senator from South Carolina, Mr.
Frazzle.
Scott. The Senator from New York, Mr. Schumer. The Senator from Illinois, Mr. Durbin. The Senator from Minnesota, Ms. Klobuchar. The Senator from New Jersey, Mr. Booker. The Senator from Wisconsin, Ms. Baldwin.
The members of the escort committee will exit the chamber through the lobby doors.
What's the pink all about? That's going to be something, right? Yeah, I bet. I forgot that he was Arkansas. Yeah. I like him a lot.
All right.
Right,
Ladies and
Jay.
gentlemen, sorry, we're just catching up with our production team. What a rowdy couple hours we've had here. Just unbelievable. So we had multiple cabinet secretaries in on the live. We've had a dozen senators. We have a dozen members of the House. Ooh, baby, is this Trump?
I know they
This is
end up
President
doing
Trump.
some dumb
Here we
shit.
go.
Speaker, the Dean of the Diplomatic Corps.
Okay. All right. A bunch of fancy pants.
The Dean of the Diplomatic Corps.
All right, so they announce people. Yep.
My wife loves this race.
Trump.
I haven't seen Melania.
It's 8:56 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. J.D. Vance is in a clearly very good mood, is rolling with Mike Johnson. They're laughing their asses off. And we are awaiting President Trump. We have just a few minutes left.
Come here, Libby. Come on.
So we have some C-SPAN talking heads here. We have some, they've welcomed some dorks into Congress. And the diplomatic corps. We've seen President Trump's family. We've seen President Trump's kids. We've seen Kash Patel. Here's another one. Let's listen in.
States Supreme Court.
That's great.
Your Supreme Court. Here's your Supreme Court. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's go time. Now, will all the Supreme Court justices be there? Sometimes they get an attitude and they say, we're not going to listen to President Trump. Oh, we got Kagan there. Okay, you got Roberts, Brett Kavanaugh, Amy Coney Barrett.
I want to see Thomas.
Recording Mike Davis is doing a very bad job. Sad.
No Thomas?
You have no Ketanji Brown Jackson. Would you look at that? No Ketanji Brown Jackson. Oh, no.
Where's Thomas?
So you do have some Supreme Court justices who decided to peace out. No Clarence Thomas. I didn't see Clarence Thomas at least. Maybe you did. But if the Supreme Court is being welcomed in, the next man to come in to the chamber will be the man who dodged the bullet in the chamber that was shot right through his ear. The man who was pierced in the ear, as they would say.
Yeah, Frazzle, that's what I'm
Designated survivor tonight is actually Doug Collins.
There's obviously something up with that. Weird.
Ready to go for President Trump. J.D. Vance.
I'm wearing pink.
Mike
and
Johnson.
I didn't
Two of
see
them
one.
going on like old pals. Chilling and talking,
They
rolling,
do. They do.
relaxed, limber. The Supreme
Well,
Court
and it's all
has
Democrat.
been seated. The Joint Chiefs of Staff have been seated. Trump's family has been seated. Kash Patel's watching from the balcony. Pretty dope. Elena Kagan. And soon, ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump.
John Roberts,
It
who
is
I hear is
8:59
actually on
p.m.
the
Eastern Standard Time, which
I've heard
means
I don't know if
Donald
it's
Trump
true or not.
is ready to rock.
he's a real loose cannon with
So
the
it's just
vote.
talking
You never
heads
know
right
what
now.
he's gonna do.
Just letting you know, I'm not talking over. Right now there's no feed of any. There's no
Right.
like microphone on JD Vance
I
or
have
Speaker
heard it.
Johnson. No microphone's been turned on. You will hear first when the little announcer lady, like in the King's Court, comes in
Hope not, but
and says, "Mr. Speaker."
but wouldn't it just be like him? Because look what they put Clarence Thomas through. That stupid fucking can of Coke. I swear to God, I want to just lose my damn shit if I ever hear that again.
I'm not gonna let them yap at you. We got everyone covering the State of the Union here again. It is 9 p.m.
No, you're right. They're
Eastern
not.
Standard Time. Officially, the clock has struck.
Absolutely.
And now we await the arrival of Donald Trump. He should be the next man in the arena. Checking in with my production team here. They said that we might want to, I want to kick on over to the, okay. Yeah, all right. Got it. Good. Okay, so we are ready. We're ready to rock and roll. And we're going to be very, very excited to see President Trump as he enters the chamber, 9:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So this now is go time. We have had a rowdy night tonight here. It has been a lot of fun. We've been at a breakneck pace, and we're energized. We're just thrilled. We're just happy to be here, man. So I'm looking through excerpts of President Trump's speech right now. I'm going to read them to you as we await the arrival of President Trump. So small portions of President Trump's speech have been released. Here we go. Donald Trump is going to start by talking about his swearing in, saying that he's accomplished more in 43 days than most administrations have accomplished in 4 years or 8 years. And we're just getting.
And you guys, while Trump was swearing in, do you know they were still at that moment putting through pardons during the inauguration? Fucking crazy shit. You know?
As the Democrat side, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Boys, we were rocking and ready to go. Now, for the first time in modern history, more Americans believe our country is headed in the wrong direction. This is me reading to you excerpts from President Trump's imminent speech.
You know, Marjorie Taylor Greene is dating a guy from Right Side Broadcast. Did you guys know that?
Swing
I just saw that the other day.
Alone, right direction versus wrong.
I haven't
direction.
seen
Likewise,
Nancy
small
Mace.
business optimism.
I haven't seen her.
Has saw its largest 1 month gain ever recorded.
Oh my God, that one right there is so ugly. I can't stand
Among
it.
my various highest priorities was to rescue our economy and get dramatic and immediate relief to working families. As you know, inherited from the last administration, economic catastrophe with an inflation nightmare. President Trump's going to say.
Lord.
Their policies drove up energy prices.
See, that is dumb.
Ooh, Donald Trump's going to talk about the price of eggs. Good. Uh-oh. Are we ready? Okay.
Oh,
all right, here we go.
And Melania Trump, who was
it's going to be.
Capitol Hill
That's not
yesterday
actually
as
the
well.
door. Oh, you can see Cash Patel there. See
surprise
Cash Patel
to
in just the corner of the shot there.
came down. Here comes Miss
Here comes Melania. Let's have a listen.
She's sitting with her guests.
Crank that
She
audio.
gave us
Yes.
some guests earlier. They include some
there she is. Yep.
victims.
Melania Trump's arrival.
I don't know, Denise. I don't know.
In Butler, Pennsylvania.
They wrote all over their clothes.
The
They're
crowd.
so stupid. So stupid.
To answer your question, I wasn't surprised to see her. I mean, I think those were her first public remarks since
juvenile.
Donald Trump took
She's sitting next to
office.
Usha Vance.
There were some questions about how much she would be in
Matt Walsh.
Washington,
Matt Walsh
how
was there.
frequently she'd be around. But I think that there's a real shift in energy, not just from the president, but also from her office, trying to do things much differently
Is this it?
this time around.
Mr. Speaker, the president's
Here we go.
cabinet.
Here we freaking go. Here is the cabinet
I know, it's so dumb.
rolling through. It's going to be awesome.
Just absolutely
Marco
childish.
Rubio leading the cabinet. We're sitting in the front row. Secretary of the Treasury, Bassett.
And now the cabinet is
Pete
coming
Hegseth.
in. Secretary of State Rubio, Secretary of the Treasury Bassett.
Democrats
We saw
not
there
standing,
as well.
not saying hello.
Attorney General
Adam Schiff staring straight on. There's Secretary Rollins. She was just here like 2 minutes ago. How'd she move so fast? Good for them. How'd she go so fast?
RFK Jr.
Oh, RFK. Woo-hoo.
Turner.
RFK. There's Burchett.
There's Seth.
Dadgum. This is all Burch is saying. Burch is saying, dadgum, 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 dadgum.
Transportation. There's Senator Adam Schiff.
Dadgum.
With,
Pete
You're going to
Hegseth
jail,
with
Schiff.
Adam
You're going to
Schiff right
jail.
behind him. It's beautiful.
Yep. The new senator from Delaware, Lisa Blunt.
He's
Chester.
pilot.
No. No. The answer is no.
We had Carol from Illinois. Carol
Yeah.
Mosley Braun. We have Angela.
Oh, look at, she's so
Right.
pretty, huh?
Kamala Harris was the second.
Kamala
You know
Harris,
what? I
of
always,
course, and then, Lisa
Angela
Blunt
also-
how
Rochester.
come I can't think of her name right now?
Interchangeably through.
And there's Christy
I
Nolan,
loved her
who's-
as
who's
the
talking there with
governor
the,
of South
congressman from New
Dakota.
Jersey.
She did an
Jeff.
awesome job.
That's Tim Burchett from Tennessee.
There we go.
God, what is her name? Holy crap, it's just escaping me. It is. It
Is
is.
that Brooke Rollins, the Ag Secretary?
Mhm.
It is sort of odd to have
Well, I
something
mean,
like
look
this.
what you're dealing with. Somebody
you know,
wrote
there's
all
so
over
much
their
we're paying
jacket.
attention to the fashion because of like some of the protests and so
Honest to
forth.
Pete, that is
having
just
just done the
stupid.
Oscars 2 nights ago, it's not quite as glamorous.
Not quite the same.
Not quite, yeah, not quite the same.
But it is. There's a lot more power.
I would simply say, Jason, Dick, that nobody in
you,
the world
Trimey.
cares that you or I are wearing. Last year, Joe Biden took at least a half hour to get out of the chamber. It was a moment for him politically that boosted him.
Yeah.
That got rid of some of the rumors of mental decline, etc. And he worked that room for a half an hour. It's
Yeah.
one of the most, in a sense, iconic things I've ever seen in politics.
Yeah.
And do we expect President Trump to do the same, or
I wonder if some
I
of
don't
those
know.
I don't know if
He likes to chat.
I don't know if President Trump will be there
I
as
don't know who those
long.
girls are.
I mean, in that span, Joe Biden had like 2 hot mic moments that went viral. I mean, he was there for forever. I don't know if you expect President Trump to be for that long, but the reality is that as I've talked to people close to him, he is enjoying this moment. He's happy to be back in the White House. He's happy to have a party that responds to him, that respects him, and he's happy, you know, back to being the center of everything. And so I think you're going to see him show that happiness, shaking hands with his friends, shaking hands, potentially people who don't like him very much, Democrats, you know, kind of pushing them to say something potentially. He's kind of reveling in this moment that he has now that he's back in the White House. And so I think he is going to be there a long time. Whether or not he's there as long as Joe Biden, I think only time will tell, because Joe Biden, I mean, I remember being there, being, you know, covering it last year and being like, dang, can you leave? I'm trying to go home. So
It did have an end of the night at your high school reunion.
yeah, it's like, wrap it up, Joe. So we'll see what Donald Trump does.
Yeah, I would
9
guess, too,
minutes
that, like,
ago.
some of that was, you know, there's a little bit of
And
wistfulness.
you know what? I thought
like
it was
that
8
Biden,
o'clock
you know, was running
Eastern.
for
That's
re-election,
why I
but
started
you know,
it so
who knows
early,
what kind of
because I
doubts
thought
he
that
may have
at
had
6 o'clock.
about his own,
Guess
you
it
know,
was
his
7.
own path. That this
apologize.
is like a beginning as opposed
Yes.
to sort of an end.
But-
Even if it seems like we've been in this.
My
loop
bad.
for a
I
while.
just went
Yeah,
with
you can see that the cabinet is still not completely seated and they're not going to bring him in while there's still people
Right, yeah.
in the aisles, but he is nearby. He's in the holding room next to the chamber and should be coming in shortly. Just want to remind our viewers. Obviously, we're going to shut
All
off.
right, ladies and gentlemen.
Central, but I just assumed.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Okay, so we see Tulsi. She was just on the show.
I just assumed since
Right? We
that's
have
Eastern
Tulsi,
time.
Mark Wayne Mullen, RFK Jr., Katie Britt was great. Here we go. We now await, I'm telling you, I promise you, I've covered a million of these. This is Trump next. The time is 9:10 Eastern Standard Time. President Trump. President Trump. Walking in. Walking in soon. We're ready to freaking rock. Let's go. Okay. I'm watching with you. We don't want the stupid talking heads. But look at every single
I don't
channel has
understand why we
just
didn't
talking
just call
heads.
it a State of the Union.
They're going to say whatever woke garbage they're going to say. We're going to lock in right here on the freshest, cleanest feed. And the reason why we're using a C-SPAN feed is because they have proprietary access to the cameras inside of the chamber. And C-SPAN is the only news outlet that's allowed to have cameras inside of the chamber. So they're crisp and they're fresh, and the audio is going to be so good. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to rock with it. Donald Trump next. The next thing you're going to see is a shot of the door. You're going to see them call out President Trump's name. Donald Trump's going to come rolling in, and we have excerpts from President Trump's speech right in front of us right now. I don't want to get out of the president, obviously, but they've released this to the press. And so let's freaking go. Donald Trump's going to be talking a lot about the economy, a lot about the border. He's going to talk a lot about Ukraine. He's going to talk about wars, and he's going to talk about bringing peace to the world.
Did you guys see in California the other day when these people were trying to stop ICE from leaving, like literally standing behind the vehicle and stuff? They need to be arrested for that shit. And they're so fucking stupid. They don't even know what they're doing. They don't. So aggravating, that nonsense. Yeah, they were trying to shut the guy even got out of the car and was like trying to tell him they need to move. He's trying to back up. They just weren't going to get out of his way. He just had to keep going and going. They tried shutting a fence or a gate on him. Obstruction of justice. Get out of here. Yourself. That's what I think. It's completely asinine. They don't even know the people they're trying to protect with this horse shit. It's so ridiculous. I saw Tom Homan in there.
The vice president is seated, standing.
They do.
And it's, again, ladies and gentlemen, it's still just talking heads. So I'm not talking over anybody. I'm, of course, we're not going to be talking over President Trump. There are no microphones other than the microphone that the president will be speaking through right there at the dais. So there are no other microphones. So we have no audio. We just have every news channel just has a video of a feed, and you can't hear anyone talking. So we're just going to sit. We're just going to sit and lock in.
That's against the law.
And be ready. The time is 9:13 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. President Trump due in seconds.
All rolling,
in the chamber.
rolling.
The Senate is seated. The House is seated. Well, they're all standing.
Come on.
And Mike, here we go. Watch. There it is.
How is that going to be?
Go.
Here we go.
Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States.
Woo. That's Crockett right there. Right there, you guys. Right here. That's Jasmine Crockett. Stupid. That guy's all having a good time. I would be excited too. No, you don't get to talk to him. Stop it. I don't know. I wouldn't have worn a hat in there. I don't think that's almost as bad as riding all over your jacket. Oh, there's Macy right there. Stop it. Stop it. Yep. I like her. Look how he has Steve Scalise right there with him all the time. Don't you love that? Look at how thin he is now, too. He's been shot also. Please, you need to stop. Kavanaugh, look what they did to Kavanaugh. Can you believe that shit? These people should really be in trouble for this kind of some of the shit they did. Can you believe all that horse shit? It was the same shit as Clarence Thomas. And it's all crap. They're the ones fucking running off to damn pedophile island. Give me a freaking break. Stupid ass idiots. That Kavanaugh shit is so stupid. Yeah, Denise, I know. Well, we definitely saw that there's no way God was not involved in Butler, Pennsylvania. No way he wasn't involved. But absolutely. Yep. Right. I haven't loved everything, but you know what? Still, that was all crap. It was all crap. It's like Clarence Thomas and that Coke. I swear to God, I can't even hear that. Yay. Little pipsqueak up there. Yeah, if that wasn't divine intervention, I don't even know what is. I mean, come on. And it was intended for the whole world to see him die, I swear. Can we text the I don't know. I don't know. Oh, wait. Wow, I'm like, where'd you get that? And then I see it on the screen. It appears that you can. Will he read it? I don't know. Well, that one's not clapping. She's annoyed. Can see how annoyed that one is, huh? Oh, Lord. Shut up. What happened? Really? Oh, my God.
Speaker Johnson, Vice President Vance, the First Lady of the United States. members of the United States Congress, thank you very much. And to my fellow citizens, America is back.
Hey. Yes. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. Ooh. How are you?
6 weeks ago, I stood beneath the dome of this Capitol and proclaimed the dawn of the golden age of America. From that moment on, it has been nothing but swift and unrelenting action to usher in the greatest and most successful era in the history of our country. We have accomplished more in 43 days than most administrations accomplished in 4 years or 8 years, and we are just getting started. I return to this chamber tonight to report that America's momentum is back, our spirit is back, our pride is back, our confidence is back, and the American dream is surging bigger and better than ever before. The American dream is unstoppable, and our country is on the verge of a comeback, the likes of which the world has never witnessed and perhaps will never witness again. Never been anything like it. The presidential election of November 5th was a mandate like has not been seen in many decades. We won all 7 swing states, giving us an electoral college victory of 312 votes. We won the popular vote by big numbers and won counties in our country.
Queen, you're right. You're right. I bet. Oh, yeah. Can we get some lights, please? Yeah, don't be
And won
stupid.
counties in our country, 2,700 to 525, on a map that reads almost completely red for Republican.
I can't believe they're doing this.
Now, for the first time in modern history, more Americans believe that our country is headed in the right direction than the wrong direction. In fact, it's an astonishing record, 27-point swing, the most ever.
Wow. I can't believe they're going to do this shit. Seriously? Wow.
Likewise, small business optimism saw its single largest one-month gain ever recorded.
Mr. President.
A 41-point jump.
Look at this. Wow. Wow.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House and to
Sit the
cease
fuck
any
down.
further disruptions. That's your warning.
Wow.
Members are engaging in willful and continuing breach of decorum, and the chair is prepared to direct the Sergeant at Arms to restore order to the joint session.
Grow the fuck up. They're so pissed off because they got caught stealing all this fucking money. And this is what you're going to do. Unfucking
Mr. Green, take your seat. Take your seat, sir. Take your seat.
No, you're gonna.
Finding that members continue to engage in willful and concerted
Wow.
disruption of proper decorum, the chair now
my
directs the
God.
sergeant at arms to restore order. Remove this gentleman from the chamber.
I've never seen this before in my entire life. Never, ever. Oh my God. No, you're not going to do that. You're not. Wow.
Go.
How fucking shameful.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House. Mr. President, you continue.
Thank you. Over the past 6 weeks, I have signed nearly 100 executive orders and taken more than 400 executive actions, a record to restore common sense, safety, optimism, and wealth all across
common sense
our
is-
wonderful land. The people elected me to do the job, and I'm doing it. In fact, it has been stated by many that the first month of our presidency, it's our presidency, is the most successful in the history of our nation. By many.
Wow.
And what makes it even more impressive is that, you know who number 2 is? George Washington. How about that? How about that? I don't know about that list, but we'll take it. Within hours of taking the oath of office, I declared a national emergency on our southern border, and I deployed the U.S. military and Border Patrol to repel the invasion of our country. And what a job they've done. As a result, illegal border crossings last month were by far the lowest ever recorded, ever.
I don't know what your problem is, Ground Home, but if you're upset about somebody to stop human trafficking, then you might want to fucking pull your head out of your ass.
They heard my words and they chose not to come. Much easier that way.
Get the
In
fuck out of here.
comparison, under Joe Biden, the worst president in American history, there were hundreds of thousands of illegal crossings a month, and virtually all of them, including murderers, drug dealers, gang members, and people from mental institutions and insane asylums, were released into our country. Who would want to do that? This is my 5th such speech to Congress. And once again, I look at the Democrats in front of me, and I realize there is absolutely nothing I can say to make them happy or to make them stand or smile or applaud. Nothing I can do. I could find a cure to the most devastating disease, a disease that would wipe out entire nations, or announce the answers to the greatest economy in history, or the stoppage of crime to the lowest levels ever recorded. And these people sitting right here will not clap, will not stand, and certainly will not cheer for these astronomical achievements. They won't do it, no matter what. Five times I've been up here. It's very sad, and it just shouldn't be this way.
It shouldn't be this way. You should care about your country, period. See, that's because why? Yeah, that's your fucking. You're gonna write shit on your fucking jacket.
So Democrats sitting before me, for just this one night, why not join us in celebrating so many incredible wins for America? For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
Let's find the 400,000 missing children. Look at holding up signs. How stupid. Wow. Wow.
Every day,
So
my
mature.
administration is fighting to deliver the change America needs to bring a future that America deserves, and we're doing it. This is a time for big dreams and bold action. Upon taking office, I imposed an immediate freeze on all federal hiring, a freeze on all new federal regulations, and a freeze on all foreign aid.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
terminated the ridiculous Green New Scam. I withdrew from the unfair Paris Climate Accord, which was costing us trillions of dollars that other countries were not paying. I withdrew from the corrupt World Health Organization. And I also withdrew from the anti-American UN Human Rights Council. We ended all of Biden's environmental restrictions that were making our country far less safe and totally unaffordable. And importantly, we ended the last administration's insane electric vehicle mandate, saving our auto workers and companies from economic destruction. To unshackle our economy, I have directed that for every one new regulation, 10 old regulations must be eliminated, just like I did in my very successful first term.
This country will regulate the piss out of everything.
And in that first term, we set records on ending unnecessary rules and regulations like no other president had done before. We ordered all federal workers to return to the office. They will either show up for work in person or be removed from their job.
Yeah, did these people care about all the people that lost their jobs on the pipeline and
we have
all
ended
those jobs?
weaponized government where, as an example, a sitting president is allowed to viciously prosecute his political opponent, like me. How did that work out? Not too good. Not too good.
So you like human smuggling, right? King, get out of here. You like
And
for
I've
them to
stopped
steal
all
your
government
money
censorship and brought back free
and smuggle
speech
children.
in America. It's
Right
back.
here. Get lost.
And 2 days ago, I signed an order making English the official language of the United States of America.
Thank you, Queen.
I renamed the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America. And likewise, I renamed for a great president, William McKinley,
Right.
Mount McKinley again.
Yes.
Beautiful Alaska. We love Alaska.
Right, Frazzled.
We've
Were they
ended the
all
tyranny of
wound up about
so-called
that?
diversity,
No, they
equity, and
didn't care about all
inclusion
those people losing their
policies
jobs.
across the entire federal government and indeed the private sector and our military.
And that also caused our gas to go higher, and it gave all this money
And
to
our
Putin.
country will be woke no longer.
That's right. No men and women
We
sports.
believe that whether you are a doctor, an accountant, a lawyer, or an air traffic controller, You should be hired and promoted based on skill and competence, not race or gender. Very important.
Thank you. Right. I mean, is this
You
common
should be
sense?
hired based on merit. And the Supreme Court, in a brave and very powerful decision, has allowed us to do so. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You have to.
We have removed the poison of critical race theory from our public schools, and I signed an order making it the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
Crazy, right?
I also signed an executive order to ban men from playing in women's sports.
Oh, yeah, right. Where are you, Tony?
3 years
Oh,
ago,
right.
Peyton McNabb was an all-star high school athlete, one of the best, preparing for a future in college sports. When her girls' volleyball match was invaded by a male, he smashed the ball so hard in Peyton's face, causing traumatic brain injury, partially paralyzing her right side and ending her athletic career. It was a shot like she's never seen before. She's never seen anything like it. Peyton is here tonight in the gallery, and Peyton, from now on, schools will kick the men off the girls' team, or they will lose all federal funding.
Yep. There you go. I mean, keep up your bullshit. See, isn't that sick? Who's good with that? Who is good with that shit? If you like that kind of shit, definitely don't come in here talking to me. It's fucked up.
And if you really want to see numbers, just take a look at what happened in the women's boxing, weightlifting, track and field, swimming, or cycling, where a male recently finished a long-distance race, 5 hours and 14 minutes ahead of a woman for a new record by 5 hours. Broke the record by 5 hours. It's demeaning for women, and it's very bad for our country. We're not going to put up with it any longer.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You know how many people have lost all kinds of years of working their ass off and lost scholarships and stuff because of this stupid horse shit?
What I've just described is only a small fraction of the common sense revolution that is now, because of us, sweeping the entire world. Common sense has become a common theme, and we will never go back. Never. Never going to let that happen. Among my very highest priorities is to rescue our economy and get dramatic and immediate relief to working families. As you know, we inherited from the last administration an economic catastrophe and an inflation nightmare. Their policies drove up energy prices,
right?
pushed up grocery costs, and drove the necessities of life out of reach for millions and millions of Americans. It never had anything like it. We suffered the worst inflation in 48 years, but perhaps even in the history of our country. They're not sure. As president, I'm fighting every day to reverse this damage and make America affordable again.
Right. Who defends that kind of shit? I don't get it. I don't get it. Think you're a woman, but if you're not,
Joe Biden especially let the price of eggs get out of control. The egg price is out of control, and we're working hard to get it back down. Secretary, do a good job on that. You inherited a total mess from the previous administration. Do a good job. A major focus of our fight to defeat inflation is rapidly reducing the cost of energy. The previous administration cut the number of new oil and gas leases by 95%, slowed pipeline construction to a halt, and closed more than 100 power plants. We are opening up many of those power plants right now.
Yes. Well, that pisses them off. No, because
And
that
frankly,
hurts
we have
us.
never seen anything like it. That's why on my first day in office, I declared a national energy emergency. As you've heard me say many times, we have more liquid gold under our feet than any nation on earth, and by far. And now I fully authorize the most talented team ever assembled to go and get it.
Oh,
It's
wow.
called Drill, Baby, Drill.
Yes. Yes.
My administration is also working on a gigantic natural gas pipeline in Alaska, among the largest in the world, where Japan, South Korea, and other nations want to be our partner with investments of trillions of dollars each. There's never been anything like that one. It will be truly spectacular. It's all set to go. The permitting is gotten. And later this week, I will also take historic action to dramatically expand production of critical minerals and rare earths here in the USA. To further combat inflation, we will not only be reducing the cost of energy, but will be ending the flagrant waste of taxpayer dollars.
Yes. Thank you.
And to that end, I have created the brand new Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE. Perhaps you've heard of it. Perhaps.
Accountability. Wow, what a concept.
Which is headed by Elon Musk, who is in the gallery tonight.
In a suit. How funny, Jerry.
Thank you, Elon. He's working very hard. He didn't need this. He didn't need this. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Everybody here, even this side, appreciates it, I believe. They just don't want to admit that. Just listen to some of the appalling waste we have already identified. $22 billion from HHS to provide free housing and cars for illegal aliens. $45 million for diversity, equity, and inclusion scholarships in Burma. $40 million to improve the social and economic inclusion of sedentary migrants. Nobody knows what that is. $8 million to promote LGBTQI+ in the African nation of
It's actually
Lesotho,
not.
which nobody has ever heard of.
President is allowed to.
$60 million for indigenous peoples and Afro-Colombian empowerment.
A lot of people work for the president that were not elected.
$60 million. $8 million for making mice transgender.
And God forbid somebody hold somebody
This is
accountable
real.
for the money, huh?
$32 million for a left-wing propaganda operation in Moldova. $10 million for male circumcision in Mozambique. $20 million for the Arab Sesame Street in the Middle East. It's a program. $20 million for a program. $1.9 billion to recently created Decarbonization of Homes Committee, headed up, and we know she's involved. Just at the last moment, the money was passed over by a woman named Stacey Abrams. Have you ever heard of her?
Yes. You guys remember this?
A $3.5 million consulting contract for lavish fish monitoring. $1.5 million for voter confidence in Liberia. $14 million for social cohesion in Mali. $59 million for illegal alien hotel rooms in New York City. He's a real estate developer. He's done very well. $250,000 to increase vegan local climate action innovation in Zambia. $42 million for social and behavior change in Uganda. $14 million for improving public procurement in Serbia. $47 million for improving learning outcomes in Asia. Asia's doing very well with learning. I don't know what we're doing. Should use it ourselves. And $101 million for DEI contracts at the Department of Education, the most ever paid, nothing even like it. Under the Trump administration, all of these scams, and they're far worse, but I didn't think it was appropriate to talk about them. They're so
What?
bad. Many more have been found out and exposed and swiftly terminated by a group of very intelligent, mostly young people, headed up by Elon, and we appreciate it. We found hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud.
Yeah, all the people that are 2 years old getting Social Security are voting, no
And
doubt.
we've taken back the money and reduced our debt to fight inflation and other things. Taking back a lot of that money. We got it just in time. This is just the beginning. The Government Accountability Office, the federal government office, has estimated annual fraud of over $500 billion in our nation, and we are working very hard to stop it. We're going to. We're also identifying shocking levels of incompetence and probable fraud in the Social Security program for our seniors, and that our seniors and people that we love rely on. Believe it or not, government databases list 4.7 million Social Security members from people aged 100 to 109 years old. It lists 3.6 million people from ages 110 to 119. I don't know any of them. I know some people that are rather elderly, but not quite that elderly. 3.47 million people from ages 120 to 129.
Yep.
3.9 million people from ages 130 to 139. 3.5 million people from ages 140 to 149. And money is being paid to many of them. And we're searching right now. In fact, Pam, good luck. Good luck. You're going to find it. But a lot of money is paid out to people because it just keeps getting paid and nobody does. And it really hurts Social Security and hurts our country. 1.3 million people from ages 150 to 159 and over 130,000 people, according to the Social Security databases, are age over 160 years old. We have a healthier country than I thought, Bobby.
Yeah. How do you like that? Yep. They're cashing checks and voting.
Including, to finish, 1,039 people between the ages of 220 and 229. One person between the age of 240 and 249. And one person is listed at 360 years of age. More than 100 years. More than 100 years older than our country. But we're going to find out where that money's going. and it's not going to be pretty. By slashing all of the fraud, waste, and theft we can find, we will defeat inflation, bring down mortgage rates, lower car payments and grocery prices, protect our seniors, and put more money in the pockets of American families.
And this is why they say he's trying to stop anyone from going to the doctor, from any of it. Because there's so much fraud in this, people. There's so much fraud.
And today, interest rates took a beautiful drop, big, beautiful drop. It's about time. And in the near future, I want to do what has not been done in 24 years, balance the federal budget. We're going to balance
Thank you. Thank you. That's their job. They are supposed to do it. They have not done it since 1995, I believe. I think it was 1995. Last time they balanced.
With that goal in mind, we have developed in great detail what we are calling the Gold Card, which goes on sale very, very soon. For $5 million, we will allow the most successful job-creating people from all over the world to buy a path to U.S. citizenship. It's like the green card, but better and more sophisticated. And these people will have to pay tax in our country. They won't have to pay tax from where they came. The money that they've made, you wouldn't want to do that, but they have to pay tax, create jobs. They'll also be taking people out of colleges and paying for them so that we can keep them in our country instead of having them being forced out. Number one, at the top school, as an example, being forced out and not being allowed to stay and create tremendous numbers of jobs and great success for a company out there. So while we take out the criminals, killers, traffickers, and child predators who are allowed to enter our country under the open border policy of these people, the Democrats, the Biden administration, the open border insane policies that you've allowed to destroy our country, we will now bring in brilliant, hardworking, job-creating people. They're going to pay a lot of money, and we're going to reduce our debt with that money. Have given a mandate for profound change. For nearly 100 years, the federal bureaucracy has grown until it has crushed our freedoms, ballooned our deficits, and held back America's potential in every possible way. The nation founded by pioneers and risk takers now drowns under millions and millions of pages of regulations and debt. Approvals that should take 10 days to get instead take 10 years, 15 years, and even 20 years before you're rejected. Meanwhile, we have hundreds of thousands of federal workers who have not been showing up to work. My administration will reclaim power from this unaccountable bureaucracy, and we will restore true democracy to America again.
Yes. Exactly, Jerry. Would you not expect to go to jail? It's ridiculous.
Any federal bureaucrat who resists this change will be removed from office immediately. Because we are draining the swamp. It's very simple. And the days of rule by unelected bureaucrats are over.
That's exactly right, Frazzle. And then the people who need it and deserve it don't get it. You know that firsthand. I know that, Frazzle. I know that. See the crap?
And the next phase of our plan to deliver the greatest economy in history is for this Congress to pass tax cuts for everybody. They're in there. They're waiting for you to vote. And I'm sure that the people on my right, I don't mean the Republican right, but my right here, I'm sure you're going to vote for those tax cuts, because otherwise I don't believe the people will ever vote you into office. So I'm doing you a big favor by telling you that. But I know this group is going to be voting for the tax. Thank you. It's a very, very big part of our plan.
Oh,
We had
wow.
tremendous success in our first term with it. A very big part of our plan. We're seeking permanent income tax cuts all across the board. And to get urgently needed relief to Americans hit especially hard by inflation, I'm calling for no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security benefits for our great seniors.
Yes. See, who's against that? Who in the fuck is against that? You're fucking gross. Get out of here, you stupid. Wow.
And I also want to make interest payments on car loans tax deductible, but only if the car is made in America.
I love it. You guys remember that used to be a thing when I was a
And
first
by the way,
filing
we're going to
my
have growth in
taxes.
the auto industry like nobody's ever seen, putting up all over the place. Deals are being made, never seen. That's a combination of the election win and tariffs. It's a beautiful word, isn't it? That, along with our other policies, will allow our auto industry to absolutely boom. It's going to boom. Spoke to the majors today, all three, the top people, and they're so excited. In fact, already numerous car companies have announced that they will be building massive automobile plants in America, with Honda just announcing a new plant in Indiana, one of the largest anywhere in the world.
Right. Yeah. For electric cars. Yeah. Currently.
And this has taken place since our great victory on November 5th, a date which will hopefully go down as one of the most important in the history of our country. In addition, as part of our tax cuts, we want to cut taxes on domestic production and all manufacturing. And just as we did before, we will provide 100% expensing. It will be retroactive to January 20th, 2025. And it was one of the main reasons why our tax cuts were so successful in our first term, giving us the most successful economy in the history of our country, first term. We had a great first term.
So
If you don't make your product in America, however, under the Trump administration, you will pay a tariff, and in some cases, a rather large one. Other countries have used tariffs against us for decades, and now it's our turn to start using them against those other countries. On average, the European Union, China, Brazil, India, Mexico, and Canada, have you heard of them? And countless other nations charge us tremendously higher tariffs than we charge them. It's very unfair. India charges us auto tariffs higher than 100%. China's average tariff on our products is twice what we charge them. And South Korea's average tariff is 4 times higher. Think of that, 4 times higher. And we give so much help militarily and in so many other ways to South Korea, but that's what happens. This is happening by friend and foe.
Yes. Thank you very much, Queen. Thank you very much for doing that. And I just would like, what difference does it make who it is that finds that somebody that's 250 years old is getting money? My money? Go ahead and give anybody you want to your own fucking money. I'm tired of the fucking waste and abuse, okay? And you know who said? There's a lot of people working there that were not fucking elected. Get the fuck out of here. Learn your shit. Okay? Get out of here. You're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot. You're stupid. Get a fucking clue. Who's pissed off about saving money? Who in their right mind is pissed off about saving money? My money, your money, not their fucking money, you idiot. You're just pissed off at who's doing it? Well, that makes you real fucking stupid, okay? Real stupid. Don't come in here getting smart with me about somebody from South Africa. Are you fucking kidding me? And I don't want to hear one person talking about him having access to somebody's private information. Like he gives two fucks. He doesn't need my social security number. But guess how many fucking degenerate idiots have had access to my fucking information? A whole bunch. So fuck off and get a brain, you idiot.
This system is not fair to the United States and never was. And so on April 2nd, I wanted to make it April 1st, but I didn't want to be accused of April Fool's Day. That's not just one day, which cost us a lot of money. But we're going to do it in April. I'm a very superstitious person. April 2nd, reciprocal tariffs kick in.
Right.
And whatever they tariff us, other countries, we will tariff them. That's reciprocal, back and forth. Whatever they tax us, we will tax them. If they do non-monetary tariffs to keep us out of their market, then we will do non-monetary barriers to keep them out of our market. There's a lot of that too. They don't even allow us in their market. We will take in trillions and trillions of dollars and create jobs like we have never seen before. I did it with China and I did it with others. Because there was so much money, they couldn't do anything. We've been ripped off for decades by nearly every country on earth. We will not let that happen any longer.
Right. Why can't we?
Much has been said over the last 3 months about Mexico and Canada, but we have very large deficits with both of them. But even more importantly, they've allowed fentanyl to come into our country at levels never seen before, killing hundreds of thousands of our citizens and many very young, beautiful people, destroying families. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. They are, in effect, receiving subsidies of hundreds of billions of dollars. We pay subsidies to Canada and to Mexico of hundreds of billions of dollars, and the United States will not be doing that any longer. We're not going to do it any longer.
Good. Why would we?
Thanks to our America First policies we're putting into place, we have had $1.7 trillion of new investment in America in just the past few weeks. The combination of the election and our economic policies that people of SoftBank, one of the most brilliant anywhere in the world, announced a $200 billion investment. OpenAI and Oracle, Larry Ellison, announced $500 billion investment, which they wouldn't have done if Kamala had won. Apple announced $500 billion investment. Tim Cook called me. He said, I cannot spend it fast enough. It's going to be much higher than that, I believe. They'll be building their plants here instead of in China. And just yesterday, Taiwan Semiconductor, the biggest in the world, most powerful in the world, has a tremendous amount, 97% of the market, announced a $165 billion investment to build the most powerful chips on earth right here in the USA.
In Arizona. Woo, woo. Yep. In Arizona. Just FYI. That happens to be Mr. Snotty's industry. Yep. It's actually huge. Huge, huge, huge. Even bigger than what that says. Honestly, that's what Mr. Snotty told me today anyway. Way bigger. Yeah, right? Why are we so pissed off at something like that? Just pissed off about it. It's huge.
And we're not giving them any money. Your CHIPS Act is a horrible, horrible thing. We give hundreds of billions of dollars, and it doesn't mean a thing. They take our money and they don't spend it. All that meant to them, we're giving them no money. All that was important to them was they didn't want to pay the tariffs, so they came and they're building, and many other companies are coming. We don't have to give them money. We just want to protect our businesses and our people, and they will come because they won't have to pay tariffs if they build in America. So it's very amazing. You should get rid of the CHIP Act And whatever's left over, Mr. Speaker, you should use it to reduce debt or any other reason you want to.
Yeah, we're not giving, we're getting. How is this bad?
Our new trade policy will also be great for the American farmer. I love the farmer. Who will now be selling into our home market, the USA, because nobody is going to be able to compete with you.
Love it.
Because there's goods that come in from other countries and companies. They're really in a bad position in so many different ways. They're uninspected. They may be very dirty and disgusting, and they come in and they pour in, and they hurt our American farmers. The tariffs will go on agricultural product coming into America, and our farmers, starting on April 2nd, it may be a little bit of an adjustment period. We had that before when I made the deal with China, $50 billion of purchases, and I said, just bear with me, and they did. They did. Probably have to bear with me again, and this will be even better. That was great. The problem with it was that Biden didn't enforce it. He didn't enforce it. $50 billion of purchases, and we were doing great, but Biden did not enforce it, and it hurt our farmers. But our farmers are going to have a field day right now. So to our farmers, have a lot of fun. I love you too. I love you too. It's all going to happen.
Why are we buying produce from China and putting our farmers out of business?
And I have also imposed a 25% tariff on foreign aluminum, copper, lumber, and steel, because if we don't have, as an example, steel and lots of other things, we don't have a military, and frankly, we just won't have a country very long. Here today is a proud American steelworker, fantastic person from Decatur, Alabama. Jeff Denard has been working at the same steel plant for 27 years in a job that has allowed him to serve as the captain of his local volunteer fire department, raise 7 children with his beautiful wife, Nicole, and over the years provide a loving home for more than 40 foster children. So great,
Wow.
Jeff.
Wow.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. Stories like Jeff's remind us that tariffs are not just about protecting American jobs. They're about protecting the soul of our country. Tariffs are about making America rich again and making America great again, and it's happening, and it will happen rather quickly. There'll be a little disturbance, but we're okay with that. It won't be much. No, you're not. Oh. And look where Biden took us. Very low, the lowest we've ever been. Jeff, I want to thank you very much. And I also want to recognize another person who has devoted herself to foster care community. She works so hard on it. A very loving person, our magnificent First Lady of the United States. Melania's work has yielded incredible results, helping prepare our nation's future leaders as they enter the workforce. Our First Lady is joined by 2 impressive young women, very impressive. Haley Ferguson, who benefited from the First Lady's Fostering the Future initiative and is poised to complete her education and become a teacher. And Elliston Berry, who became a victim of an illicit deepfake image produced by a peer. With Elliston's help, the Senate just passed the Take It Down Act, and this is so important. Thank you very much, John. John Thune, thank you. Stand up, John. Thank you, John. Thank you all very much. Thank you. And thank you to John Thune and the Senate. Great job. To criminalize the publication of such images online is terrible, terrible thing. And once it passes the House, I look forward to signing that bill into law. Thank you. And I'm going to use that bill for myself, too, if you don't mind. Because nobody gets treated worse than I do online. Nobody. That's great. Thank you very much to the Senate. Thank
Yes,
you.
frazzled.
If we truly care about protecting Americans' children, no step is more crucial than securing America's borders. Over the past 4 years, 21 million people poured into the United States. Many of them were murderers, human traffickers, gang members, and other criminals from the streets of dangerous cities all throughout the world. Because of Joe Biden's insane and very dangerous open border policies, they are now strongly embedded in our country, but we are getting them out and getting them out fast.
Yes.
And I want to thank Tom Homan and Christy. I want to thank you and Paul of Border Patrol. I want to thank you. What a job they've all done. Everybody, Border Patrol, ICE, law enforcement in general is incredible. We have to take care of our law enforcement. Have to. Last year, a brilliant 22-year-old nursing student named Laken Riley, the best in her class, admired by everybody, went out for a jog on the campus of the University of Georgia. That morning, Laken was viciously attacked, assaulted, beaten, brutalized, and horrifically murdered. Laken was stolen from us by a savage illegal alien gang member who was arrested while trespassing across Biden's open southern border and then set loose into the United States under the heartless policies of that failed administration. It was indeed a failed administration. He had then been arrested and released in a Democrat-run sanctuary city, a disaster, before ending the life of this beautiful young angel. With us this evening are Laken's beloved mother, Allison, and her sister, Lauren.
Oh, nice. Yes, prayers to them.
Last year, I told Laken's grieving parents that we would ensure their daughter would not have died in vain. That's why the very first bill I signed into law as your 47th president mandates the detention of all dangerous criminal aliens who threaten public safety. It's a very strong, powerful act.
Which is so ridiculous. It's already against the fucking law. You know, this is what you have to fight with these idiots over here.
It's called the Laken-Riley Act. So Allison and Lauren, America will never, ever forget our beautiful Laken Hope Riley.
It was always against the law. Always. These fucking people need to go to jail themselves, and they let this shit go on.
Since taking office, my administration has launched the most sweeping border and immigration crackdown in American history, and we quickly achieved the lowest numbers of illegal border crossers ever recorded. Thank you.
The Lord's name. Yes.
The media and our
Oh, we
friends
paid
in the
them.
Democrat Party kept saying we needed new legislation. We must have legislation to secure the border. But it turned out that all we really needed was a new president.
Just enforce the law. Seriously? Yes. That's my president. That's
Thank you.
right.
Joe Biden didn't just open our borders, he flew illegal aliens over them to overwhelm our schools, hospitals, and communities throughout the country. Entire towns like Aurora, Colorado, and Springfield,
Frazzle. Thank
Ohio,
you.
buckled
Exactly right.
under the weight of the migrant occupation and corruption like nobody's ever seen before. Beautiful towns destroyed. Now, just as I promised in my inaugural address, we are achieving the great liberation of America.
Yes. They are. They're illegal aliens. 100%. We have to. Lies.
But there still is much work to be done. Here tonight is a woman I have gotten to know, Alexis Nungary from Houston. Wonderful woman. Last June, Alexis's 12-year-old daughter, her precious Jocelyn, walked to a nearby convenience store. She was kidnapped, tied up, assaulted for 2 hours under a bridge, and horrifically murdered. Arrested and charged with this heinous crime are 2 illegal alien monsters from Venezuela, released into America by the last administration through their ridiculous open border. The death of this beautiful 12-year-old girl and the agony of her mother and family touched our entire nation greatly. Alexis, I promised that we would always remember your daughter, your magnificent daughter. And earlier tonight, I signed an order keeping my word to you. One thing I have learned about Jocelyn is that she loved animals so much. She loved nature. Across Galveston Bay, from where Jocelyn lived in Houston, you will find a magnificent national wildlife refuge, a pristine, peaceful, 34,000-acre sanctuary for all of God's creatures on the edge of the Gulf of America. Alexis, moments ago, I formally renamed that refuge in loving memory of your beautiful daughter, Jocelyn. So, Mr. Vice President, if you would,
Wow.
may I have the order?
Wow. Wow. You get the pin.
Thank you very much.
That was so sad.
All 3 savages charged with Jocelyn and Lakin's murders were members of the Venezuelan prison gang, the toughest gang, they say, in the world, known as Tren de Aragua. 2 weeks ago, I officially designated this gang, along with MS-13 and the bloodthirsty Mexican drug cartels, as foreign terrorist organizations.
Hey, Happy. That's what they are. They flew them in on private jets, you guys. Does anybody hear this shit?
They are now officially in the same category as ISIS, and that's not good for them. Countless thousands of these terrorists were welcomed into the U.S. by the Biden administration. But now every last one will be rounded up and forcibly removed from our country, or, if they're too dangerous, put in jails, standing trial in this country, because we don't want them to come back ever. With us this evening is a warrior on the front lines of that battle, Border Patrol Agent Roberto Ortiz. Great guy.
We are very good. I hope you're good also, Happy. We have bird babies, eagle babies. Yes. Sorry, I don't want to disrespect.
In January, Roberto and another agent were patrolling by the Rio Grande near an area known as Cartel Island. Doesn't sound too nice to me. When heavily armed gunmen started shooting at them, Roberto saw that his partner was totally exposed, at great danger, and he leapt into action, returning fire and providing crucial seconds for his fellow agent to seek safety, just barely. I have some of the prints of that event, and it was not good. Agent Ortiz, we salute you for your great courage and for your line of fire that you took and for the bravery that you showed. We honor you, and we will always honor you. Thank you, Roberto, very much.
Wow, that's awesome. Oh.
Thank you, Roberto. And I actually got to know him on my many calls to the border. He's a great, great gentleman. The territory to the immediate south of our border is now dominated entirely by criminal cartels that murder, rape, torture, and exercise total control. They have total control over a whole nation, posing a grave threat to our national security. The cartels are waging war in America, and it's time for America to wage war on the cartels, which we are doing.
Yes, thank you. How is anybody okay with this? Honest to God, how are you okay? Anybody okay?
5
with
nights ago, Mexican authorities, because of our tariff policies being imposed on them, think of this, handed over to us 29 of the biggest cartel leaders in their country. That has never happened before. They want to make us happy. First time ever.
Yes, Happy. Yep.
But we need Mexico and Canada to do much more than they've done, and they have to stop the fentanyl and drugs pouring into the USA. They're going to stop it. I have sent Congress a detailed funding request laying out exactly how we will eliminate these threats to protect our homeland and complete the largest deportation operation in American history, larger even than current record holder, President Dwight D. Eisenhower, a moderate man, but someone who believed very strongly in borders. Americans expect Congress to send me this funding without delay so I can sign it into law.
Yes.
So, Mr. Speaker, John Thune, both of you, I hope you're going to be able to do that, Mr. Speaker. Thank you. Mr. Leader, thank you. Thank you very much. And let's get it to me. I'll sign it so fast, you won't even believe it.
God, 100%.
And as we reclaim our sovereignty, we must also bring back law and order to our cities and towns.
Yes. And to the people right here in this room, right here.
In recent years, our justice system has been turned upside down by radical left lunatics. Many jurisdictions virtually ceased enforcing the law against dangerous repeat offenders while weaponizing law enforcement against political opponents like me. My administration has acted swiftly and decisively to restore fair, equal, and impartial justice under the constitutional rule of law, starting at the FBI and the DOJ. Pam, good luck. Cash, wherever you may be, good luck. Good luck. Pam Bond, good luck. So important. It's going to do a great job. Cash, thank you. Thank you, Cash.
I love me some cash. Where's Dan?
They've already started very strong. They're going to do a fantastic job. You're going to be very proud of them. We're also once again giving our police officers the support, protection, and respect they so dearly deserve. They have to get it. They have such a hard, dangerous job, but we're going to make it less dangerous. The problem is the bad guys don't respect the law, but they're starting to respect it, and they soon will respect it. This also includes our great fire departments throughout the country. Our firemen and women are unbelievable people, and we'll never forget them. And besides that, they voted for me in record numbers, so I have no choice.
Yeah, you're right. It's always something stupid.
One year ago this month,
Texas.
31-year-old New York police officer Jonathan Diller, unbelievably wonderful person and a great officer, was gunned down at a traffic stop on Long Island. I went to his funeral. The vicious criminal charged with his murder had 21 prior arrests, and they were rough arrests, too. He was a real bad one. The thug in the seat next to him had 14 prior arrests and went by the name of Killer. He was Killer. He killed other people, they say, a lot of them. I attended Officer Diller's service, and when I met his wife and one-year-old son, Ryan, it was very inspirational, actually. His widow's name is Stephanie, and she is here tonight. Stephanie, thank you very much, Stephanie. Thank you very much.
She's so young.
Stephanie, we're going to make sure that Ryan knows his dad was a true hero, New York's finest. And we're going to get these cold-blooded killers and repeat offenders off our streets, and we're going to do it fast. Got to stop it. They get out with 28 arrests. They push people into subway trains. They hit people over the head, back of the head with baseball bats. We got to get them out of here. I've already signed an executive order requiring a mandatory death penalty for anyone who murders a police officer. And tonight I'm asking Congress to pass that policy into permanent law.
Yes. Wow.
I'm also asking for a new crime bill getting tough on repeat offenders while enhancing protections for America's police officers so they can do their jobs without fear of their lives being totally destroyed. They don't want to be killed. We're not going to let them be killed. Joining us in the gallery tonight is a young man who truly loves our police. His name is DJ Daniel. He is 13 years old, and he has always dreamed of becoming a police officer.
Oh, oh my God, look. Oh my God. Oh my God.
But in 2018, DJ was diagnosed with brain cancer. The doctors gave him 5 months at most to live. That was more than 6 years ago.
Oh my God.
Since that time, DJ and his dad have been on a quest to make his dream come true, and DJ has been sworn in as an honorary law enforcement officer, actually a number of times. The police love him. The police departments love him. And tonight, DJ, we're going to do you the biggest honor of them all. I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service.
Oh my God.
Thank you, DJ. DJ's doctors believe his cancer likely came from a chemical he was exposed to when he was younger. Since 1975, rates of child cancer have increased by more than 40%. Reversing this trend is one of the top priorities for our new presidential commission to make America healthy again, chaired by our new Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Right, Sicilian?
With the name
Bring
Kennedy, I would have thought
transgenders.
everybody over here would have been cheering.
That's the shit.
How quickly they forget.
Stupid.
Our goal is to get toxins out of our environment, poisons out of our food supply, and keep our children healthy and strong.
Right, me too.
As an example, not long ago, and you can't even believe these numbers, 1 in 10,000 children had autism, 1 in 10,000, and now it's 1 in 36. There's something wrong, 1 in 36. Think of that. We're going to find out what it is, and there's nobody better than Bobby and all of the people that are working with you. You have the best to figure out what is going on. Okay, Bobby, good luck. It's a very important job. Thank you.
Right.
Go get him.
And you want to know why they have a problem with Bobby? Just like during his confirmation hearing, if you guys missed that, when they kept coming after him about him suing pharmaceutical companies, he finally said, there's corruption everywhere, right here also. They would rather they all need us to stay sick. Because Senator Sanders is the highest paid senator by Big Pharma. They can't keep getting fucking rich if we don't stay sick and stay in war. 100%. Because you cannot make $175,000 a year and become a damn millionaire. It doesn't fucking jive. And every one of the son of a bitches are. They're making us sick. 1 out of every 36 people have autism. Are you fucking kidding? It's gross.
Thank you. My administration is also working to protect our children from toxic ideologies in our schools. A few years ago, January Littlejohn and her husband discovered that their daughter's school had secretly socially transitioned their 13-year-old little girl. Teachers and administrators conspired to deceive January and her husband while encouraging her daughter to use a new name and pronouns. They, them pronoun, actually, all without telling January, who is here tonight and is now a courageous advocate against this form of child abuse. January, thank you.
Can you believe this?
Thank you very much.
How the hell did they get by with this shit?
Thank you. Stories like this are why, shortly after taking office, I signed an executive order banning public schools from indoctrinating our children with transgender ideology.
Can you believe this? This is
I also
tampon
signed
Kim
an order to cut off all taxpayer funding to any institution that engages in the sexual mutilation of our youth.
Thank you.
And now I want Congress to pass a bill permanently banning and criminalizing sex changes on children and forever ending the lie that any child is trapped in the wrong body. This is a big lie.
It is.
And our message to every child in America is that you are perfect exactly the way God made you.
Thank you. I'm sick of it too.
Because we're getting wokeness out of our schools and out of our military, and it's already out, and it's out of our society. We don't want it. Wokeness is trouble. Wokeness is
We
bad.
saw it earlier.
It's gone. It's gone. And we feel so much better for it, don't we? Don't we feel better?
Yeah.
Our service members won't be activists and ideologues. They will be fighters and warriors. They will fight for our country.
Yes.
And Pete, congratulations.
That's right,
Secretary of Defense, congratulations.
What do you mean happy?
And he's not big into the woke movement, I can tell you. I know him well. I am pleased to report that in January, the U.S. Army had its single best recruiting month in 15 years, and that all armed services are having among the best recruiting results ever in the history of our services.
Right.
What a difference.
You can't ask these men to go and fight with a bunch of horse shit.
And you know, it
Stupid.
was just a few months ago where the results were exactly the opposite. We couldn't recruit anywhere. We couldn't recruit. Now we're having the best results just about that we've ever had. What a tremendous turnaround.
Oh, wow,
It's
Flora.
really a beautiful thing to see. People love our country again. It's very simple. They love our country and they love being in our military again. So it's a great thing. And thank you very much. Great job.
That is awesome. Thank you and congratulations, Flora. Thank you. I love it.
We're joined tonight by a young man, Jason Hartley, who knows the weight of that call of duty. Jason's father, grandfather, and great-grandfather all wore the uniform. Jason tragically lost his dad, who was also a Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputy when he was just a boy, and now he wants to carry on the family legacy of service. Jason is a senior in high school, a six-letter varsity athlete, a really good athlete, they say, a brilliant student with a 4.46, that's good, GPA. And his greatest dream is to attend the U.S. Military Academy at West Point.
Oh, wow.
And Jason, that's a very big deal getting in. That's a hard one to get into. But I'm pleased to inform you that your application has been accepted. You will soon be joining the Corps of Cadets.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Thank you. Jason, you're going to be on the lone gray line, Jason. As Commander in Chief, my focus is on building the most powerful
Yes.
military of the future. As a first step, I'm asking Congress to fund a state of the art Golden Dome missile defense shield to protect our homeland, all made in the USA.
Right, Jerry. Yep.
And Ronald Reagan wanted to do it long ago, but the
I didn't,
technology just
Frazzle.
wasn't there, not even close. But now we have the technology. It's incredible, actually. And other places they have it.
Hey,
Israel
Mama.
has it. Other places have it. And the United States should have it too, right, Tim? Right? They should have it too. So I want to thank you. But it's a very, very important. This is a very dangerous world. We should have it. We want to be protected, and we're going to protect our citizens like never before. To boost our defense industrial base, we are also going to resurrect the American shipbuilding industry, including commercial shipbuilding and military shipbuilding.
Wow.
And for that purpose, I am announcing tonight that we will create a new Office of Shipbuilding in the White House and offer special tax incentives to bring this industry home to America where it belongs. We used to make so many ships. We don't make them anymore very much, but we're going to make them very fast, very soon. It will have a huge impact. To further enhance our national security, my administration will be reclaiming the Panama Canal, and we've already started
Yes.
doing it.
Yes. I'm right there with you, Texas country lady. Right there with you.
Just today, a large American company announced they are buying both ports around the Panama Canal and lots
Yes,
of other
Jerry.
things having to do with the Panama Canal and a couple of other canals. The Panama Canal was built by Americans for Americans, not for others, but others could use it. But it was built at tremendous cost of American blood and treasure. 38,000 workers died building the Panama Canal. They died of malaria.
Yes.
They died of snake bites and mosquitoes. Not a nice place to work. They paid them very highly to go there, knowing there was a 25% chance that they would die. The most expensive project also that was ever built in our country's history, if you bring it up to modern day costs. It was given away by the Carter administration for $1, but that agreement has been violated very severely. We didn't give it to China. We gave it to Panama, and we're taking it back.
Yes. Yes, yes. Jimmy Carter was a fucking train wreck.
And we have Marco Rubio in charge. Good luck, Marco. Now, we know who to blame if anything goes wrong. Marco's been amazing, and he's going to do a great job. Think of it. He got 100 votes.
Yeah.
You know, he was approved with actually 99, but the 100th was this gentleman, and I feel very certain. So let's assume he got 100 votes. And I'm either very, very happy about that or I'm very concerned about it.
I was just going to say.
But he's already proven. I mean, he's a great gentleman. He's respected by everybody, and we appreciate you voting for Marco. He's going to do a fantastic job. Thank you. Thank you.
I was just going to say I'm a little bit concerned.
He's doing a
about
great
that.
job. Great job. And I also have a message tonight for the incredible people of Greenland. We strongly support your right to determine your own future. And if you choose, we welcome you into the United States of America. We need Greenland for national security and even international security. And we're working with everybody involved to try and get it. But we need it really for international world security. And I think we're going to get it. One way or the other, we're going to get it. We will keep you safe. We will make you rich, and together We will take Greenland to heights like you have never thought possible before. It's a very small population, but very, very large piece of land and very, very important for military security. America is once again standing strong against the forces of radical Islamic terrorism. 3.5 years ago, ISIS terrorists killed 13 American service members and countless others in the Abbey Gate bombing during the disastrous and incompetent withdrawal from Afghanistan. Not that they were withdrawing, it was the way they withdrew. Perhaps the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country.
Yep.
Tonight, I am pleased to announce that we have just apprehended the top terrorist responsible for that atrocity, and he is right now on his way here to face the swift sword of American justice.
Wow. Wow. That should actually be Biden, quite frankly. That was Biden's fuck up. And it was gross as shit. I know, isn't that awesome?
And I want to thank especially the government of Pakistan for helping arrest this monster. This was a very momentous day for those 13 families who I actually got to know very well, most of them, whose children were murdered, and the many people that were so badly, over 42 people, so badly injured on that fateful day in Afghanistan. What a horrible day.
Horrible.
Such incompetence was shown that when Putin saw what happened, I guess he said, wow, maybe this is my chance. That's how bad it was. Should have never happened. Grossly incompetent people.
Yes.
I spoke to many of the parents and loved ones, and they're all in our hearts tonight. Just spoke to them on the phone. We had a big call. Every one of them called, and everybody was on the line, and they did nothing but cry with happiness. They were very happy.
Yes, Texas.
As happy as you can
Yep.
be under those circumstances. Their child, brother, sister, son, daughter was killed for no reason whatsoever. In the Middle East, we're bringing back our hostages from Gaza. In my first term, we achieved one of the most groundbreaking peace agreements in generations, the Abraham Accords.
Yes. Texas country lady? Yes, absolutely. We left everything there. We left everything. That was the most ridiculous thing that happened. Do you guys remember people hanging on the outsides of planes trying to leave? That was such ridiculous debacle. It's unbelievable. It was so horrible. And again, just get by with it. Just get by with this shit. I never saw these people, that idiots sitting there, shit written on their damn jacket. I never saw them have such a fucking fit over the nonsense that went on in Afghanistan. That was so despicable. And you know what? How many years ago was that? Those families said Trump asked to meet with them. He wasn't actually even considered a candidate yet. They said he asked to meet with them. They were invited to Mar-a-Lago. They thought they would just get a chance to maybe shake his hand, get a picture. They said they ended up having a meal. They said they ended up doing karaoke with him. They danced and sang, and yeah. And something else, he doesn't say at any of this stuff. And this is something else for all of you fuckers that want to write some bullshit in here. Guess what else? Something he's not saying. When you see these kids, like that woman with her husband was killed, and she has a young child, and it looks like she might be pregnant. I don't know. I'm not trying to be rude. I don't want to say to be rude. He personally pays for these children's college funds. He pays off their home loans. He does shit like that all the time. He doesn't say a word about it. He doesn't ask us taxpayers to do this shit. He personally does that kind of shit for people all the time. There's a woman living in Trump Towers for 9 years, has never paid a dime of rent. Yes, he does this. He does this stuff all the time. And you think one of these sorry son of a bitches that is just pissed off because somebody has caught them with their fucking hand in the cookie jar? That's what they're pissed off about. That's what they're pissed off about. They're going to sit here and make fucking assholes of themselves. But you didn't see one of them cause a ruckus when that shit went on in Afghanistan that was fucking completely disgusting. Am I right, Mama? Yes. She actually just moved herself in there and he let her stay. And she's never paid a dime of rent. He has paid off people's homes and provided for people. He never says a word about it. And none of those, all these fuckers want to use my money to play fucking bullshit games. Let them spend their own stupid money. Let them spend the money they're stealing from me. Give it to illegal aliens. Do whatever the fuck you want to. Quit asking me to pay for your fucking bullshit. This is a shit that's fucking ridiculous. And they want to sit there and be all fucking cockeyed because people who aren't doing their job are getting fired. What a fucking concept. How crazy is that? Have you ever heard of anything? Have you ever worked for anybody that said you don't have to fucking show up or do your job? Just keep getting paid? Nope. That's only the federal government that plays those stupid fucking games. Yeah, it's not their money. They don't give a shit. I'm telling you. They can keep that fucking scowl on their face. They better get fucking run out of town. Quit winning elections, idiots. Sorry, I cannot. I just get so fucking frustrated. They can't even care about a kid with cancer.
And now we're going to build on that foundation to create a more peaceful and prosperous future for the entire region. A lot of things are happening in the Middle East. People have been talking about that so much lately with everything going on with Ukraine and Russia. But a lot of things are happening in the Middle East. It's a rough neighborhood, actually. I'm also working tirelessly to end the savage conflict in Ukraine. Millions of Ukrainians and Russians have been needlessly killed or wounded in this horrific and brutal conflict with no end in sight. The United States has sent hundreds of billions of dollars to support Ukraine's defense with no security, with no anything.
Unbelievable.
Do you want to keep it going for another 5 years? Yeah, you would say Pocahontas says yes.
I love this. See?
2,000 people are being killed every single week. More than that. They're Russian young people. They're Ukrainian young people. They're not Americans, but I want it to stop. Meanwhile, Europe has sadly spent more money buying Russian oil and gas than they have spent on defending Ukraine by far. Think of that. They've spent more buying Russian oil and gas than they have defending. And we've spent perhaps $350 billion, like taking candy from a baby. That's what happened. And they've spent $100 billion. What a difference that is. And we have an ocean separating us, and they don't. But we're getting along very well with them, and lots of good things are happening. Biden has authorized more money in this fight than Europe has spent by billions and billions of dollars. It's hard to believe that they wouldn't have stopped it and said at some point, come on, let's equalize. You got to be equal to us. That didn't happen. Earlier today, I received an important letter from President Zelensky of Ukraine. The letter reads, Ukraine is ready to come to the negotiating table as soon as possible to bring lasting peace closer. Nobody wants peace more than the Ukrainians, he said. My team and I stand ready to work under President Trump's strong leadership to get a peace that lasts. We do really value how much America has done to help Ukraine maintain its sovereignty and independence. Regarding the agreement on minerals and security, Ukraine is ready to sign it at any time that is convenient for you. I appreciate that he sent this letter, just got it a little while ago. Simultaneously, we've had serious discussions with Russia and have received strong signals that they are ready for peace. Wouldn't that be beautiful?
Wow.
Wouldn't that be beautiful?
Wow. What a concept. The only time they clap tonight is to hear about all the dying that has gone on.
Wouldn't that be beautiful?
Who doesn't see this?
It's time to stop this madness. It's time to halt the killing. It's time to end the senseless war.
Yes.
If you want to end wars, you have to talk to both sides. Nearly 4 years ago, amid rising tensions, a history teacher named Mark Fogel was detained in Russia and sentenced to 14 years in a penal colony. Rough stuff. The previous administration barely lifted a finger to help him. They knew he was innocent, but they had no idea where to begin. But last summer, I promised his 95-year-old mother, Malphine, that we would bring her boy safely back home. After 22 days in office, I did just that, and they are here tonight.
Wow. Oh no, Happy.
To Mark and his great mom, we are delighted to have you safe and sound and with us. As fate would have it, Mark Fogel was born in a small rural town in Butler, Pennsylvania. Have you heard of it? Where his mother has lived for the past 78 years. I just happened to go there last July 13th for a rally.
Wow.
That was not pleasant. And that is where I met his beautiful mom right before I walked onto that stage. And I told her I would not forget what she said about her son. And I never did I? Never forgot.
Wow.
Less than 10 minutes later, at that same rally, gunfire rang out, and a sick and deranged assassin unloaded 8 bullets from his sniper's perch into a crowd of many thousands of people. My life was saved by a fraction of an inch, but some were not so lucky. Corey Comparator was a firefighter, a veteran, a Christian, a husband, a devoted father, and above all, a protector. When the sound of gunshots pierced the air, it was a horrible sound. Corey knew instantly what it was and what to do. He threw himself on top of his wife and daughters and shielded them from the bullets with his own body. Corey was hit really hard. You know the story from there. He sacrificed his life to save theirs. Two others, very fine people, were also seriously hit. But thankfully, with the help of two great country doctors, we thought they were gone and they were saved. So those doctors had great talent. We're joined by Corey's wife, Helen, who was his high school sweetheart, and their two beloved daughters, Allison and Kaylee. Thank you.
Wow. They are beautiful.
To Helen, Allison, and Kaylee, Corey is looking down on his three beautiful ladies right now, and he is cheering you on. He loves you. He is cheering you on. Corey was taken from us much too soon, but his destiny was to leave us all with a shining example of the selfless devotion of a true American patriot. It was love like Corey's that built our country, and it's love like Corey's that is going to make our country more majestic than ever before. I believe that my life was saved that day in Butler for a very good reason. I was saved by God to make America great again. I believe that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. From the patriots of Lexington and Concord to the heroes of Gettysburg and Normandy, from the warriors who crossed the Delaware to the trailblazers who climbed the Rockies, and from the legends who soared at Kitty Hawk to the astronauts who touched the moon, Americans have always been the people who defied all odds, transcended all dangers, made the most extraordinary sacrifices, and did whatever it took to defend our children, our country, and our freedom. And as we have seen in this chamber tonight, that same strength, faith, love, and spirit is still alive and thriving in the hearts of the American people. Despite the best efforts of those who would try to censor us, silence us, break us, destroy us, Americans are today a proud, free, sovereign, and independent nation that will always be free, and we will fight for it till death. We will never let anything happen to our beloved country, because we are a country of doers, dreamers, fighters, and survivors. Our ancestors crossed a vast ocean, strode into the unknown wilderness, and carved their fortunes from the rock and soil of a perilous and very dangerous frontier. They chased our destiny across a boundless continent. They built the railroads, laid the highways, and graced the world with American marvels like the Empire State Building, the mighty Hoover Dam, and the towering Golden Gate Bridge. They lit the world with electricity, broke free of the force of gravity, fired up the engines of American industry, vanquished the communists, fascists, and Marxists all over the world, and gave us countless modern wonders sculptured out of iron, glass, and steel. We stand on the shoulders of these pioneers who won and built the modern age. These workers who poured their sweat into the skylines of our cities. These warriors who shed their blood on fields of battle and gave everything they had for our rights and for our freedom. Now it is our time to take up the righteous cause of American liberty. And it is our turn to take America's destiny into our own hands and begin the most thrilling days in the history of our country. This will be our greatest era. With God's help, over the next 4 years, we are going to lead this nation even higher, and we are going to forge the freest, most advanced, most dynamic, and most dominant civilization ever to exist on the face of this earth. We are going to create the highest quality of life, build the safest and wealthiest and healthiest and most vital communities anywhere in the world. We are going to conquer the vast frontiers of science, and we are going to lead humanity into space and plant the American flag on the planet Mars and even far beyond.
Yay.
And through it all, we are going to rediscover the unstoppable power of the American spirit. And we are going to renew unlimited promise of the American dream. Every single day, we will stand up and we will fight, fight, fight for the country our citizens believe in and for the country our people deserve.
Yes, no. Yes, my president too. Yes.
My fellow Americans, get ready for an incredible future, because the golden age of America has only just begun. It will be like nothing that has ever been seen before. Thank you. God bless you. And God bless America.
Yes. God bless America.
Okay.
Wow. Please hit the like button, please. I know I have a lot of dislikes, so I need extra likes. I loved it. I loved it all. I did. I did.
Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was just rowdy.
I love it.
That was just amazing. Donald Trump at his absolute best. Just the absolute best. Okay, let's pop on over. If we have, there we go. C-SPAN. The White House feed just ending there. Donald Trump greeting the generals. Just an unbelievable speech.
Yeah.
How do you boo? How do you not clap?
It's true.
For that speech? How do you boo during that speech? How do you do? What exactly are you booing? Speech.
Yeah, what are
centering
you
entirely
booing?
on
Who's
American
booing
greatness
this stuff?
And on making this country great
Who's
again,
booing
on
that we
fixing so many of
we're
the
taking
problems,
care of all kinds of
on
fraud.
honoring
We're taking
young
care of all
boys who have
kinds
brain
of
cancer and making them honorary Secret Service
illegal
agents. In
gang members.
tear-jerking moments, Sean Curran, the new head of the Secret Service, that was probably
They
the
had
mode of the
nothing
night.
to say
And Democrats
about
couldn't even
this
stand for
child
it.
with cancer.
Democrats couldn't stand and clap for Laken Riley's mother. These goblins. The absolute bloody cheek of these people to stand for one thing. They stood up and screamed at Donald Trump. One of them had to be forcibly removed. His name was Al Green. It was sick to watch.
Can you
They
really
stood there with their
believe that
stupid
happened?
little
Can you even believe
cards and
that?
their little like protest buttons, yelling, shouting again.
Yes, he had to be forcibly removed. Yeah, in the very beginning. He refused to sit down. He had this weird looking cane. That was almost a creepy looking cane, if you ask me. And he was trying to, like, I don't know, do some kind of. It was so weird. I've never seen anything like that in my life. I never have. I was gonna say I don't even know what kind of cane to call that. Yeah, I didn't know what to call that. A Dracula. Yeah, that sounds like it. I know. That was horrible. Yeah, it was really, really bad. I love what he did for that girl in Houston that was killed by the illegal aliens. Naming that sanctuary after her, that 12-year-old. That was really bad. I remember when that happened too. You know, normally we've also seen Rachel Morin's family was like at the RNC and different places. Al Green. Al Green was booted in the beginning because he wanted to just have some kind of this argument. I don't know. He kept getting this cane and he refused to sit down. They kept hitting the gavel and he just wouldn't stop. That's exactly right. No, because they've been caught stealing all this money. 100% right. That's why they're doing stupid shit. Like somebody has written nonsense on their jacket with like a Sharpie. Okay. That's not fucking juvenile. Oh my God. I love what happened at the White House. Me too. Yep. You ain't got no cards, motherfucker. Get out of here. You want to come in here being nasty? I freaking love that. I mean, how are you sitting there scowling that somebody that is 250 years old is getting Social Security and somebody finally caught it? See, this is the thing. They think this kind of shit's, they act like, there's always fraud. This is what McCain said one time. There's always a little bit of fraud, 500 million here, 500, really? Okay, that's just nothing to you, but that's a whole lot to most people. You send them a bill and they just pay it. But don't think that those people that are 250 years old that are getting Social Security checks are not also voting. And I showed you guys last week the whistleblower that came out and said they were encouraged to talk illegal aliens. And that's what I'm saying from now on. I'm fucking tired of saying undocumented or whatever kind of horse shit people want to say. They're illegal aliens. That's what they are. And she said they were encouraged to talk them into having a disability so they could just be put on disability. And when the guy said, well, how does that work? How do you get that without a Social Security number? And she said, well, that's another thing. Yep, they were giving them Social Security numbers. Yes, illegal aliens. probably the millions of people that are 100 plus years old, probably their social security number. Who knows? They might even be giving them, you know, my kids' social security number, my grandkids' social security number. Who the hell knows? They were giving, yes, fake medical reports and social security numbers. She quit her job because she couldn't consciously do this anymore. This is the thing. This is a shit that's going on, and everyone just thinks that's great. Oh, I haven't. I don't follow it, but I will. Yeah, thanks. Thank you, Queen. Thank you. There's been so much crap going on, and we knew a lot of it. We knew so much of it is not a surprise to me. But yet there is so much that is a surprise. And these people are pissed off that we're not going to send $50 billion for illegal aliens to stay in hotels. Meanwhile, you gave what to the storm victims in North Carolina? You gave what to them? Maybe $750, maybe. But most people that I heard from actually were not even, didn't even qualify for the $750 fucking dollars. Make it make sense. I mean, you can't. You can't make it make sense. You just can't. I mean, you get nothing out of that. Look at this kid right here. They had no reaction to this child with cancer. Seriously? How is that a partisan thing? Look at, you can see where he's had surgery on his head. How is that a Democrat or a Republican thing? You see a child with cancer, that's all it is a child with cancer. There's no color, there's no nothing. Look at them. Look at nothing. They got nothing for this child. Watch, look at that. Debbie Wasserman Schultz. What a fucking ugly, stupid. She's ugly inside. She's an ugly person. And quite frankly, let's just be honest, she's ugly outside too. She just is. She needs to do something with that fucking hair. I've been looking at that hair for like fucking 30 years. I'm sick and damn tired of it. Straighten it. Do something with it. It's gross. It's exactly right. You do not have a heart if a child with cancer does not affect you. You just don't have a heart. Period. it has always absolutely been, you think about just the fact that St. Jude's exists, okay? The fact that St. Jude's exists is simply, that is only children with cancer, okay? The fact that it even exists, that you need a whole hospital for children with cancer, is enough to break your heart, right? Like, who in the hell? That's why I really can't stomach that stupid, whatever the fuck her name was, going over to St. Jude's and making a big stupid ass of herself. Don't fuck with St. Jude's, for Pete's sake, of all things in the whole world. But guess what? This is a problem. Everything is partisan with them. If Trump did it, they hate it. Period. Now, granted, a whole lot of that is the money they are literally losing in their own pockets. Mallory, exactly. See, that is the grossest thing, right, Frazzle? I didn't care for her before that, but definitely after that. And then she thought she was going to go after them for something. They profiled her because she's transgender. I don't give a fuck. Whatever stupid ass shit you are. Who cares? Don't go fuck around at a child cancer hospital. A child's hospital or a hospital at all. Just stop it. But honest to God, nobody needs to fuck around at St. Jude's. But who is okay? Who just like is like going to be defiant? And I'm not going to be happy about making this boy with brain cancer happy right now. Just rot in hell. That's what you get to do. You get to rot in hell whenever you feel that way. Anybody who makes a child with brain cancer happy, they got you at least have my clap. I mean, I can at least applaud this. May not get my vote, may not like you. But come on, people. This is what's wrong with these people, though. They're absolutely batshit crazy. I'm telling you, listen to the stupid ass shit that Jasmine Crockett says. Texas needs to be ashamed of that bullshit because she's a damn whack job. And I'm sure since she's so out there crazy, kind of like AOC kind of thing, she's probably a rising star with the Democrats. They love, the crazier you are, the more they love it. That's just what I'm saying. You know what? I'm not trying to stop anybody from being transgender if that's what they want to be. I don't really care. I have always said I don't try to argue about same-sex marriage. Quite frankly, I've never thought it was the government's business to be involved in marriage. If you want to get married, you should get married. My opinion is that's between you and God. My God says that it doesn't work that way. But if that works that way for you, then that's what you should do. The government shouldn't be telling anybody who to get married. Do whatever the hell you want to. They get involved with it with taxes and this and that and all kinds of crap. It's their business. They make sure that it's their business. So then they can, it's about votes. They want to have to be able to argue with somebody. And then you have somebody, you have which quite frankly, it's a very small, like less than 1% of the people give two shits about all this transgender crap. As far as voting or whatever, because there's nothing to vote on. There is no part of that that should have anything to do with voting, because everybody needs to have equal rights. I thought about, what about equality, right? You can dress up as whatever kind of ignorant shit you want to. That's your business. I'm not trying to stop you. But it doesn't need to affect me at all. I have things I'm concerned about. I have things that mean a lot to me. I'm not asking them to mean anything to you. And if dressing up as an opposite sex or whatever, I don't know, whatever you call this shit, and I'm not going to learn it because I don't care. It's not a thing for me. It's just not. Like I said, I have my own things and I will manage that. I'm not asking you to, but if you want to do this, do it. But it has nothing to do with anything. It's just something you do. You know, maybe you you have a green thumb. You want to grow a lot of plants. Maybe you don't. Maybe you literally never want to have a single live plant in your house. Whatever. That's kind of about the same thing, if you ask me. It is pretty much the same thing. Just because that is something that means a lot to you, it just doesn't mean anything to me. But these people want to make sure that we hate each other over stuff like that. They need us to hate each other about it. They want divisiveness because they can't win if we all get together and say, hey, you know, you do you, I do me. That's that. End of story. What do you mean, the data Republican? I don't know what that means. Oh, the NGOs are so bad. So bad. I knew this. We knew this was going to happen, right? But we talked about this last week, Snow. I don't know if you saw. It's children trafficking. I mean, you have Guatemala actually saying that America, basically they're saying America. Who else is it? They've had, 190,000 kids kidnapped? Like crazy amounts of kids. We ourselves have been trafficking children. We have been. Our money's been doing it. Our policies are, that's what a good portion of all this shit. It's not just voters. It's not just them causing havoc, which they like. It's children. Right. I care if you're in my bathroom. I definitely care if you are in my in the sports. 100%. 100%. They have been trafficking children. Yes. In planes. Oh, it's so demonic. It's so gross. No, I know what you're saying, Storm. I'm simply saying, I'm not trying to tell people what lifestyle to live. But absolutely. Look at the girl they showed there that was was a guest tonight, that male that, you know, decided to be a female, played volleyball with her and spiked a ball so severely in her face that it actually caused brain damage. She was there. So you know how many people have worked their whole life for scholarships? It's so much bigger than people act like it is. Everything's done. Not only does she have all of her dreams, everything that she worked hard for is ruined because somebody decided that they are really not a boy. They really are a girl because that's what they want to be. Well, guess what? Do whatever fucking shit you want to do at your own house. Dress however you want to, whatever. In public, you're not coming in my bathroom. You're not coming to my bathroom, and you fucking spike a ball at my daughter's head, and it's fucking on, motherfucker. I mean, give me a damn break. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. So, okay, I see what you're saying. Thank you, because I was like, I never heard of that. Can you imagine, as a parent, if a man of any kind spiked a ball in your daughter's face, there would be a brawl on that court. 100%, because I would take the fucker out. But you want us to put up with this shit. Not only that, you want us to pay for them to get surgery and hormones shit and I don't know fucking what all. We're supposed to actually pay for this. You guys understand this? We have been paying for gender reassignment for our military, our prisoners, and our illegal aliens. Do you guys know this? We've been paying for this shit. We might all want to do something different with our bodies. You all want to pay for it? I want a boob job. You going to pay for it? How about that? I don't really like these wrinkles at all. You guys want to pay for that? Because you know what? I don't like it. Seriously? Right. Exactly, frazzled. And now they just get to come in. They don't have to do that. Yep. Yep. So LGBTQ, whatever all other letters are involved, I don't know. I don't care. Plus. Plus what? What does plus mean? Right, Cindy. Exactly. Now we've been paying for them to take private jets. How many of you have ever flown on a private jet? How many of you have ever even had any inclination, any thoughts about a private jet being anywhere in your life? Because I certainly have no concept of what flying on a private jet means. We flew gang members in here on private jets. Isn't that nice? Right. Right. So let's just be happy they're stopping the hemorrhaging. Exactly right. Right. Stopping them. We're going to common sense. Yeah, we're going to have to pay to fix a lot of things, but stopping so much of this other shit is huge. Right? I can't even imagine what kind of life, like, I can't really get my head around the lifestyle of getting on a private jet. That's not anywhere in my realm. Yeah, we flew gang members here on private jets. Unbelievable. Daily. We had them going constantly. They needed those crazy people here. They needed it. That's some sick shit, people. That is some really sick shit. And the fact that you have people that Louise. Well, this was a lot. I know, guys. Today's been a lot, right? The whole day. That's exactly right. Right. Forget about a private anything. Exactly, Frazzled. Right. The amount of people that are just trying to put gas in their car and go to work. And you got these fools pissed off because some people are being fired because they're not going to work. That's crazy, right? It's really crazy. Oh my goodness. Gotta let the dogs back out. Here we go. Well, I will just say, I, for one, love that speech. I think it was great. Oh my God, Cindy. Wow. That's really the demonic sickness of this whole thing. Where are those children? Oh my God. It makes my stomach sick. And you have people trying to hinder this, and it's unbelievable. It really is. You guys said you didn't see where, I'm going to show you. Where people trying to stop ICE from doing it. It's unbelievable. They need to be put in jail for doing shit like that. Oh, the NGOs, yeah, that's money laundering, 100%. Yep. And don't you it's Catholic charities and what I don't know, it's crazy the amount of money it's gone to that crap. Yep. Look at all the nonsense that went on. I don't know if they were eating ducks or whatever in Springfield, but they were driving around with no license and hitting people and not even getting ticketed. And the people couldn't even claim their insurance because it was all NGO shit. All right, get in. Oh my God, Snow! Wow. Oh, crazy money was going to that stuff, Snow. Oh my God. Insane. I think they stopped it. That's the thing is, though, you keep having people come up and try to stop them from stopping it, which isn't. I mean, you can't even make this shit up. Well, I don't know. I gotta find that. Yeah, those people trying to stop people from being arrested, absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, it's been a long day. Oh my goodness. We had our babies born this morning, and I'm still watching them on the TV over here. If anybody missed it, we had the Jackie and Shadow. We had 2 babies overnight, and we watched our first feeding. And they're strong and they're amazing. I love it. Oh, yeah, right now she actually does. Oh my God, I just see that. Oh, these parents are protecting these babies like crazy. Oh my God. I love it. No, they are on top of it. I love it. So cute. But I think I'm going to turn this off. We've been a long day on here today. So we will talk more about that. There's so much to talk about. I've really been gathering up a lot of crazy stuff, you guys. Sometimes I wish I didn't even look into it. Yes, everybody have a great night. Thank you so much for watching this with me. I appreciate you guys. I love you. Yes, God bless all of you. God bless America. God bless our president, for sure. I love you guys. Thank you. Happy birthday, Legs, and good night, Ira McGinnis, wherever you are.